Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third and final round of the day. We have yet another exciting matchup, which I'm always going to keep saying because I think all of the games we're picking out for you are nice and fancy. This game will be against Jack Blanche with his Custodes and Oliver Johnson on his Leagues of Votann. So we get to see the premier, definitely broken gun line that definitely hasn't been nerfed. So I'm excited for that. Lemon, have you brushed up on your Votann knowledge?
It's funny you mentioned that, Jack. So funnily enough, not this weekend. This weekend just gone. I was actually supposed to play Ollie Johnson's list for Votann. So I was actually supposed to learn it a little bit and play it, but I ended at last minute switching back to Chaos Demons for the event. So I had actually brushed up a little bit my Votann knowledge. And funny enough, I've also been playing my Custodes recently. So look, maybe I know a thing or two about this. And both these guys are absolute gentlemen and beautiful human beings. I had the pleasure of playing Jack Blanche at CritCon in October last year, and then Ollie Johnson, I was on the same team as him. So I had the pleasure to play against him, but this will be a very good game for sure.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad you're brushed up. My Custodes knowledge is pretty sharp. My Votann knowledge is only as good as what I've played against. I haven't actually looked much into them, but I'm really excited for this game. What this is going to be is a super elite Custodes force seeing if they can get around Votann's main mechanics. For those that don't know Votann particularly well, one of their main mechanics is judgment tokens, which is auto-wounding. Custodes tend to be an army that rely on their high toughness, their high defense, being hard to hit, whatever. So I'm curious to see how this is going to work, because at the end of the day, Votann are a very elite army as well, and if Custodes can get on top of them, they don't really always have the answers for it. So while I'm just setting up and getting ready to go, what we're going to do is just run through the lists ever so slightly. So seeing as you're the self-proclaimed Votann expert of the two of us, Lemon, do you want to give everyone a bit of a run through on the Votann list, and then I'll run through the Custodes afterwards?
Yeah, sure thing. So with the Votann, we have Urani-Surtr regulates. So obviously a bit different, but this is +1 toughness, and there was another stratagem. Apologies, I do not remember exactly. So, but +1 toughness, so a bit different. So obviously, most people take Ymir, which is obviously the 2-up save becomes 4-up invos, and then everything else has a 5-up invo. But this one's a bit different. The +1 toughness helps with some certain breakpoints. So obviously we got, and in here we got 3 lots of a lot of bikes is all I'll say. So we got 3 lots of 6 bikes, all with 2 lots of 6 and 1 lot of 3. So all varying scanners and searchlights. All of them have all of them have high las rotary cannons. Then we have 2 lots of 3 Thunderkin and 1 lot of 4. So 1 lot of 4 has the graviton blast cannons. 1 lot has and 1 lot of 3 has the graviton blast cannons, and then another has 1 lot of bolt cannons. And then everyone's favorite, the Hecaton Land Fortress with a magma rail cannon, auto cannons, pentacircle scanner, and just more bolt cannons. So bolting and shooting everywhere. We've got a basic squad of half guard as well, just a squad of 5. We've got the High Carl and double in-year champion. Biggest thing about in-year champions, with apologies, don't know all the things on them, but all these lists will be available in Discord. So if you use the exclamation mark lists, you'll be able to see those ones for you. The Brokier Forge Master with as I said, the double in-here champion and the High Carl. So, and Jack was alluding to, so using those judgment tokens, basically, apologies, that's the other section of Urani. So if unit doesn't have any judgment tokens, it counts as having 1, which means so every hit roll of a 6 automatically wounds. And as more judgment tokens are added, the easier the hit rolls happen. So if you get 2 judgment tokens on them, it hits on 5s, and 3 judgment tokens hits on 4s, and that's where it maxes out. As long as you hit, if you have 3 judgment tokens, any hit rolls are a 4. If they hit, obviously they automatically wound. They do not count like a 6, as they did when they were first released, or like Born Soldiers as they are today, but they still pack a punch. And those pioneers, they are obsec bikes, which will shoot a lot. So we'll see what happens. Take us through Jack Blanche's list. I'm interested to see what this Custode list looks like.
Yeah, so Jack Blanche, pretty well-known guy up here, notably was 2nd place at New South Wales Masters this year, only falling short to Alex the Greek Anglesios. What do we got here? We've got an Arks of Omen detachment, Emperor's Chosen, so 4-up Felno Panicus, mortal wounds, and reroll a single hit or wound roll. every time they activate. It's got a shield captain in Alaris Terminator armor with a whole bunch of stuff, by the looks of things. Bane of Abominations, Guardian Spear, and the Praetorian Plate, which is a really important one. The Praetorian Plate allows him to intervene into a combat with another friendly Custodes unit, basically after things are charged. So it's a pretty cool way of getting your big, beady character all the way across the board, and create some really interesting threat potential. Got a shield captain on Dawn Eagle Jetbike, Auric Exemplar, Superior Creation, so 5 at Feel No Pain, Auric Aquilus, so the fancy jetbike, Salvo Launcher, and Victor of the Blood Games, Tip the Spear. That is a beefed up Dawn Eagle Jetbike. That thing will take on just about anything. Maybe not a Hecaton, but, you know, you're talking in that realm. And then the man, the myth, the legend himself, Trajan of Valoris, with his 3 Warlord traits, or 2 Warlord traits by the looks of things. Gives reroll hit rolls and wound rolls of 1 to all friendly Custodes within 6, which is great for Emperor's Chosen, so you get the extra wound rerolls on top of that. As either a once per game fight twice, a once per game turn a damage to 0, or there's another one that I always forget from his Moment Shackle, but he is an absolute staple in Custodes right now. Then we have Custodian Guard Squad, 2 Guardian Spears, and then a Sentinel Shield. Same with the next squad, then 2 squads with just 3 Guardian Spears, and a unit of 4 Sister Prosecutors and a Superior. So just a little Sisters of Silence unit with bolt guns. Tends to be a good little Objective Monkey unit, sometimes relevant to Psychic, although I don't think they will be in this matchup. 2 separate Illyris Custodians with axes, 3 Virtus Praetors with salvos, 3 Virtus Praetors with salvos, 3 Virtus Praetors with salvos. Lots of bikes, lots of MSU infantry. It pretty much does what it says on the tin. It's going to try and sit around, score all of its points, and absolutely demolish you without hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, and reroll. So, looking at it briefly, I love the fact that what we've accidentally done is paired up a matchup for you that is bikes on bikes. We're going to see the super fast troop bikes versus the ultra elite Virtus Praetors, and I'm curious to see actually who comes out on top. I'm also really interested to see how Void Armor changes. For those that don't know, Votann all have Void Armor, which is Armor of Content, so ignore 1 from AP. You cannot reroll a wound, and you cannot reroll a damage against their entire army. That can be really nasty, especially against an elite force like Custodes. A lot of their stuff is just neg 1 or neg 2, sometimes neg 3. Like, that can often be the difference in getting saves off. And with +1 toughness, that's also huge. Because that land fortress is now T9, bikes are T6. That's a lot of really interesting breaks. So I'm pretty keen. Definitely want to see the predictions on this one, and I'm very curious. Do you actually have Stat Center open on this one? Do we have any data on this?
I'll bring that up for you and get the stats for you, and then I'll start the predictions. So everyone in the Twitch chat who is joining us live, get your predictions in, and you can bet some little Twitch points and see what happens. So who will come out on top? So I'll chuck that in there. And also we have another round of the North versus the South in Queensland versus New South Wales. So look, maybe we could come back into game 2 with Queensland winning. Hopefully. Double or nothing. Let's do it.
Double or nothing. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I mean, I've got good hope in Jack. I know he's a phenomenal player. I haven't played against him in a while, but he always seems to be right on top of his army and knows it well, and has pretty good comprehensive knowledge of a lot of the armies in the game. He did say before the game to me, as we're just setting up, hasn't played a lot into Votann, so we'll see if that is a bit of a struggle for him. Hopefully not. I'm pretty confident he'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. There's not much more to learn from Votann in a lot of perspectives other than hide and don't try and get shot by the entire army, especially if you've got judgment tokens. But we shall see. I think we're really in for a fancy one. Alright, so I'm going to transition over to the board now, and we'll show you the deployments and everything that is going on. And hopefully we can pull up some stats on this matchup, because I must admit this is one I'm relatively unfamiliar with.
Well, I'll definitely give you the heads up. The Urani matchup is definitely something most people do not see, but I'll bring up the stats for Emperor's Chosen Custodes. into Votann, and we'll see how we go. Obviously, there's not going to be too many mortal wounds coming out of the Votann because there's no beams. So that's obviously a bit of a shame, but look, obviously that 4-up against mortal wounds is always nice to have for the Votann player, for the Custodes player, apologies, to face in that field.
More of a meta pick than anything else, a lot of the time. Custodes still do have a problem with mortal wound armies just running over them every now and then. So sometimes you don't take Empress Chosen for any other reason than it's just a security blanket in case you run into your random T-Suns matchup or something like that. But yeah, in this matchup, won't be particularly relevant. The reroll hit roll is also not going to be particularly relevant, which is quite funny. You can't reroll wounds against Votann. So weirdly enough, he's kind of blanking a lot of what makes Empress Chosen. Obviously, he can put another unit into a different doctrine once per game, which is quite cool. Custodes have a couple of defensive tricks of their own. All the infantry can turn off rerolls and transhuman, which is pretty cool. I believe the bikes can do one of the two. It's been a while, I must confess. But
yeah, unfortunately, the bikes cannot. So the bikes used to be able to do all that jazz. Unfortunately, now, like they FAQ'd it and they never released it off the bikes. But now you can always turn off rerolls. It's not limited once per game. So and they'll be on the smaller squads. So which the Votann do have some rerolls, and also transhuman is relevantly noteworthy.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I know this mission really familiar. Or this is a really familiar mission to me. I believe this is Recover the Relics. Shout out to Relic, my wonderful wargaming team. 0 out of 10, still our favourite mission, despite the fact we're named after it. Yeah, this is a really interesting mission, I've always found. I don't know your opinions on it as a baseline, but this is a hold 1 mission with 6 points. So 4 points for holding 1, and 8 points for holding 2. Obviously, another 4 if you hold more. The tertiary for this one is quite interesting from memory. It is just kill points. So you get a point every battle round for units you killed, up to a maximum of 3 per battle round. So it's actually a pretty generic mission, and I find this is one of those weird missions where sometimes you find armies just never crossing that central line. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see for a while either of them actually move past this. The Halfkin might just to try and deny primary and whatnot from the Custodes, but this could be a very interesting map for both of them, because it's going to really come down to secondaries. Primary is relatively safe, and as a result, it's going to come down to what people take in secondaries. So what do you reckon? Do you have much love or hate for Recover the Relics? I know some people find this mission really boring, is probably the term I'd use, just because it creates a really static gameplay loop.
It is certainly polarizing. I will give you that. We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, the Votann do not have any forward deploys or pre-game moves in this style list. So if they are unable to move forward, then they may be well behind, and like they will lose 2 CP fundamentally before the game starts. So, but this is a good mission, and depending on the looks of the board layout, the Custodes can exist here with all that obsec. You can just raise banners and sit relatively comfortably, except for that top middle objective, top right objective per se. And it's going to be an interesting game to see how they choose to play this out and what goes over. So obviously you can see in the camera on the top right, looks like both players are going over each of each other's explaining what happens with each, and we'll see what goes on. Those salvo launches will be forcing the bikes to make us actually killing the bikes, I believe, because I believe bikes just have a 4-up save naturally. So those Halfkin Pioneers do not like the salvo launches at all. So look, we'll have to wait and see what happens and go from there.
So we're waiting kind of patiently for secondaries to be selected. The moment that they've got their secondaries down, I'll go get that reported and we'll start talking about that. Just in general, though, one of the interesting... I mean, we can talk a bit about just 40k competitive in general, because I think Votann is such an interesting army from their competitive experience, right? Obviously, they released, and they were nerfed before their release. So we never actually got to really see pre-intention Votann, which I don't actually know in retrospect if that was a good or a bad thing. Many people say one of the big issues with them was that they were balanced against the Tyranny Codex, which we all know was a very powerful one as well. But right now, they're actually stuck in a really weird spot where they have some really good matchups, and they have some really, really bad matchups. Because they're a really efficient gun line, but they're very expensive. And to commit to the units that you want to defend yourself in melee with, you have to sacrifice what makes you good, which is the shooting. The two Iron Here champions in here are a really good pick. I think they're a really good decision for a list like this because they actually provide one or two units that can confidently go into combat. And against Custodes, honestly, I would expect a few of them to be picked up by those Iron Here. And obviously, as you said,
yes.
Can the bikes not pregame? Because I'm pretty sure that is just a Votann scrap. Or is that locked to a particular conglomerate?
It's locked. So the Votann strat. So the Votann can pregame move for the bikes themselves. Naturally, the Custodes cannot pregame move unless they're in a certain shield host, which is Emissaries Imperialis. So, and also as you asked before, what the stats were. So shout out to our friends at statcheck.com. So we check the stats of the Custodes versus Leagues of Votann win rate. Jack, do you want to have a quick guess and predict what the win rate is and where you feel things are?
If I had to take a quick guess, I'd probably say the win rate favors. Custodes, but not by much.
Well, interesting. Like the very first round, we flipped this. So Custodes have a 35% win rate into Leagues of Votann. So that is not great. And then with especially just Custodes into Emperor's Chosen Emperor's Chosen Custodes have a 31% win rate. So not the best overall, which is very interesting. So but look, we'll see what happens. Obviously, in this mission, as a hold 1, hold 2, it generated rewards some very passive gameplay. Some of the secondaries that Custodes like to leverage is Stand Vigil, where you hold more objectives in the no man's land than your opponent does, which in this mission is very hard for Jack to achieve, in the sense of he would have to hold the one on Ollie's side and his 2 home ones, or like vice versa, which is it. Yes, and so it's very hard to do. The other one is obviously target the most expensive unit in Ollie's army and kill it, which would be one of the bike squads. And look, yes, maybe he can definitely kill it, and it has to be done in melee, I believe, for the full points. But Ollie can keep that long range. Those pioneers will move very, very fast and run away without a doubt. So, look, it's going to be interesting. I expect both armies, I don't know if you, Jack, but with these big staging ruins, obviously you can hide behind each of the objectives very easily. I expect them to almost do like a circles around the map in the sense of, or even like to the middle back objective to that top left. You got the little gaps there. You can stage behind them and explode out onto the open objective, maybe like circle around and go from there. So I expect that.
I was about to say, I do want to address these 2 middle ones as well, mostly from the Custo perspective, because that fits a lot of bikes.
That will fit a lot of bikes indeed.
And that is a really good exploding point for the bikes to go threaten onto objectives. So maybe we're going to see a bit similar to the Chris game. Maybe we're going to see Jack actually stage into that every turn and basically use that as a demand, especially if I think he goes second. The other thing I will note, a bit tongue-in-cheek admittedly, is you realize the stats have sealed your fate, Lemon, right? Because the last time you said that the matchup had a very unfavorable matchup, they stomped the opposition. At least in round 1. So maybe my prediction is actually the opposite of Caster Curse. Maybe it's instilling goodwill to Custo. I'll always root for an underdog, so hopefully Jack can pull it out. And I think that ruin will help. So this terrain is interesting. We'll see how it works. The other note as well for Votann, unlike Custodes, is the Votann built for the movement for these ruins in the middle. That is part of their core rules. So they're not going to suffer movement across those, which could lead to a couple of interesting plays. We shall see. Well, it looks like they are rolling off for deployments. Lemon, I'm just going to go double check on the secondaries so we can have a chat about that. In the meantime, do you want to fill everyone in on some of your thoughts on particularly Votann and what you went through building and playing with that list or learning, potentially going and practicing all these lists?
Yeah, so obviously, as Jack alluded to, so the Votann, they've been a bit polarizing. Obviously, we had that initial nerf upon release, and they've had another nerf. And right now, it's sort of interesting, the builds. Like, you cannot fit nearly as much as you once did. Obviously, people are going more Sagittal route, like still going Ymir with Berserks. Getting that 5 Invo is very critical, but here up in Queensland, they've won some spicy tech, and they've been really loving this +1 toughness build, which is what Ollie Johnson has been running around with and giving it a go. So he took it to the teams event last weekend and obviously loved it enough that he got 2 big wins in the teams event there, and now he's taking it to a singles event. So see what happens. Obviously, some big shootings from the Land Fortress and as well as the bikes. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And so how Ollie Johnson mitigates the Votann, the Custodes shooting, and is able to try and pick up those little smaller squads over time or pick up the bikes is going to be critical to who wins or loses this game, as well as staying outside the whole Praetorian Plate heroic, which is a thing of beauty and is a difficult one sometimes. It's a very cheeky way. So for people who are unaware, all it does is when you go to heroic, you can basically pick up that little the Captain and Terminator armor and put him anywhere in the battlefield as long as he's within 3 inches of one of your units, and he ends in engagement range of an opponent's unit. So basically gives him a support role character somewhere, and it's really weird in how it works, but it's very, very cute. Noteworthy, it's only against, you can't use it with Custodes vehicle units, but in Jack's list, there's no vehicle units there, so you can do it anywhere. And it's a really weird mechanic to play around, because obviously when you charge, you try and wrap things and make sure that, I don't get such a random Captain in Terminator armor that heroics into me. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Also, before we get the game started, obviously, setting out deployments and choosing secondaries, I'd be remiss to mention that obviously this is the Australia's Tabletop Wargaming Network. We're just a group of lads who are trying to stream games all around Australia and promote the game of Warhammer 40,000 as best as we can. You can support us with Ko-Fi, which we've just chucked in the little exclamation mark and the little link in the description there on Twitch. There's a little Patreon equivalent sort of service, help support the network and provide streaming for all these events, and as we travel around Australia to stream these events, as well as there's some dice, and there will soon be objective markers up for sale if you would like to support that way. There are many shows that go on through this network, so thank you to that person who just followed the channel. Appreciate that one. We have Scotty D49. He is the lad who produces so much content on this network, along with others like Alex Iglesias, who does the Meta Watches and the Meta Report. Alex Iglesias is a part of this event and is doing very well right now with his AdMech, and is a recent inductee to the Art of War coaches, so he's a very good player to watch and learn from. So, yeah, if you have any questions for either myself or Jack, please feel free to chuck them in the chat below, and we'll be sure to address them as we can. Just a reminder, unfortunately, we cannot interact with the game per se. Obviously, if there's any issues made or any judge calls, look, we'll try and do our best as long as it doesn't impact the game. But we are just spectating and just so privileged to watch this game. These players have come on their own accord to be able for us to watch this game, so we don't want to impact them any way we can. But it's fundamentally. So, yeah, it looks like, so these objectives are being set out. So people might be wondering, why another set of 3 objective markers? Well, everybody, this is what I believe is going to be a Votann secondary, where essentially, apologies, do not remember what the title is. It's at the end of the game, if they hold these objectives, it's 5 points each. So it's another set of 3 objective markers that the Votann player in Ollie Johnson needs to hold, and he will score points for doing so. As Jack Levercombe gets us to the secondaries for both players, and we'll get this game under wrap and rolling.
Well, I heard my name, so here I am. Good news, I have the secondaries, and I will run them through for you. So, both players have a mutual secondary. Do you want to play our fun little game, Lemon? What secondaries have they both taken?
Well, so I know the Votann player has taken. It's not the ancestors are watching. It's something Votann based, but maybe our second the ancestors are watching also. But it's both taking banners, I'm guessing. Ollie Johnson does it. Also, Jack doesn't give up many secondaries, I imagine. So he's taken the Custodes one where you basically hold objectives at the end of the game. I know that with the extra objective markers you can see on the table. I don't know what else he's taking. It's a difficult question. The Votann don't have the best secondaries in the game, but we'll see. I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
So tell us, inform us.
Oh, don't worry. I was just about to. So we'll start off with Jack. He's taken behind enemy lines, which I think is really spicy. That is an indication of intent, if ever I've seen one. That's going to mean he's going to want to put everything into that deployment zone and start really grinding down and contesting the primary. Similar to how Chris took shock tactics, I think that's going to inform a lot of his gameplay in terms of moving up and trying to get that into that deployment zone. What does concern me about that pick is there's only one objective in the enemy deployment zone that you can hold whilst being the objective. I don't know if you can actually hold tip of these in. I think on Recover the Relics. So it will mean that anything doing that's either going to have to sit out in the corner and just demand some shooting, or only really be targeting the objective. But I like it. It's pretty spicy, and it's earthquake. Don't worry, I'll fix that momentarily. So he took no prisoners behind enemy lines, and despite us talking about how it might be risky, he has gone for Auric Mortalis. Now, Auric Mortalis, as you mentioned before, is a kill-based secondary SAM, and what it does for us, the wonderful people at home, is it means that Jack's going to pick the most expensive unit in Ollie's army, and if it's tied, Ollie gets to pick. And he will get 5 points if he kills that unit at all. He'll get an additional 5 points if he does it in melee. And he'll get an additional 5 points if he kills it while it's outside of his deployment zone. So that's a really interesting one. It may just force a bike unit to be cagey. I believe it is the bikes. Is the bike squad more expensive than the Hecaton? Would be the only thing that could probably beat the bikes out, because the Hearthkin,
It is the Hecaton Land Fortress. The Hecaton Land Fortress is 310 points, so it is the Fortress of Dreams.
So he has very distinctly pointed at that big Toughness 9 Land Fortress and said, "You are mine." And he does have a lot of the weaponry to kill it as well. Like, one of the things that, obviously the salvos are a bit worse into it, but one of the things that is not worse into it is actually the Virtus Praetors charging. They are strength 7 with +1 to wound, so they will be winning on 4s and just doing chip damage. Incidentally. So that's Jack's secondaries. I like it. It gives him an active game plan. Like, he knows how he can play around that. Moving into the Votann secondaries, obviously, ding, 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 you got one of them straight off the bat because it's already been put out there with the objective markers. And that is Lay Claim. So, let me just find that.
Yes. Yeah, I can bring that up for you. So it's basically end of the game. If you hold one of the objectives, you score 5 victory points. Is my understanding of the secondaries. But and I assume race. Oh, no race banners. Wow. So they've both taken no prisoners or behind any lines, I imagine.
No.
Or would have to be.
Ollie has taken raise banners.
Yep.
So there is at least one raise banners, which is correct. Just gonna have to improvise on the stream quickly because unfortunately we don't have the Votann secondaries here just yet. It's a bit of a shame, but don't worry, I will find a way to make sure that's nice and easy for everyone's hearing pleasure. But both have taken no prisoners. Both of them are very convinced that killing is on the card. And then we have banners, which I do think is a really good plan, except for the fact that there's not many units that do set banners. Which is going to mean that if Jack can get on top of them, disable them, and kill those units, it might become that might, similar to what I was saying in the chat earlier, that might be a method through which Jack can leverage one secondary just to get ahead on the game. Is just start bullying banners. So we'll see. I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, it's certainly very interesting. I'm intrigued to see what happens. So, yeah, and like, what was I going to mention? The other thing that's noteworthy, so maybe what Jack Blanche has done though, is to get behind enemy lines nice and easily. Is there's two cute little Alaris Custodian models, so they can easily get behind enemy lines by sitting at the backfield somewhere and just hiding. And just like it's a small little formula base, and it's very hard for the Votann to screen it out. But one thing Jack needs to be very careful of is actually Leagues of Votann have an Auspex scan equivalent stratagem, but also it's tied to the scanner keyword. So unlike Space Marines with their Auspex scan when it's showing the infantry models, the scanner keyword, would you happen to know, is actually on the Hecaton Land Fortress and any of those bike units. So Jack has to be very careful to avoid getting, well, I'd say Auspex scanned by a Hecaton Land Fortress, which I don't think is a good idea.
In my experience, the only way to survive a Hecaton Land Fortress is to play a Monty Python classic, which is How Not to Be Seen. I don't know of many units that comfortably stand in the open to a land fortress and win that fight. All right, but that's good. We've got the secondaries locked in. In terms of predictions, I think this does. I'm keen. Oh, we have a first turn roll off, and it looks like Votann are going first, from my perspective. So that's really interesting. Obviously, that is interesting. One of the things we didn't discuss was lay claim. Sorry, I did cut you off there. Lay claim's a really interesting secondary. It reminds me of 8th edition ground control to any of our classic 8th ed players. Ground control used to be, or lay claim is at the end of the game, he scores 5 points for each of those 3 extra objective markers on the table that he holds. So it's very much an all or nothing strategy. And unfortunately, going first doesn't help that. That's going to make that plan a lot more based around killing off the Custodes as fast as humanly possible. Because if he's going first, that's going to give the Custodes a chance to deny that second. So I think based on that turn and based on that secondary, Custodes have a bit of favour in my mind. Not necessarily an auto win, but there's definitely a plan. Oh, hang on, maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, that's just pre-measured spikes. Yeah, it looks like Votann are going first. Okay. So
yeah, and like maybe what maybe Jack, if he's measuring there, is so the bikes will have a pre-game move, so they will pre-game move. I believe it's their full movement staying 9 inches away from deployment zone, and then they've got to move. I cannot confirm nor deny that illegal bets may have been made as part of the Australis Tabletop Wargaming Network. No, of course, there's been no bets made on this. Obviously, we're just commentating on the streams and watching some great games of Warhammer. So, yeah, excited to see what happens.
I'm not sure if that's based on exactly what I just said to Jack just then. Did you hear that conversation?
No. I heard something about you bet money on someone, but look.
No. There is no gambling, I promise. It's just imaginary internet points between Sam and I. Obviously, as two old team members from ATC, there's a lot of back and forth between us. So any opportunity we get to talk smack to each other is one that we will definitely take. So nobody worry, nobody panic. It's all good. One of the other interesting parts about this not being Ymir that I'm realizing is those salvos will just rip through the bikes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
He's gonna have to commit, and this is interesting deployment out of Jack. I don't know if I love it, if I'm being completely honest. Because what this has done is presented the Virtus as the target next turn. And I think the Virtus are actually really important to this match. So what we're probably going to see, if I were a gambling man, which I'm not, as Sam just clarified, is I reckon we're going to see... Come on, mouse. We're going to see a flank taken and shots taken down that way. And then shots taken down that way. Just to try and thin the bikes out. And hopefully stay out of range Another interesting point with judgment tokens is one of the potential other reasons why Jack might not have taken banners is because banners is a way to give Votann extra judgment tokens. And Jack also doesn't have particularly many units that can banner up, other than like Custodian Guard and whatnot. But I'm definitely interested. Another strat to watch out for as well in this matchup is Custody Heroic Intervention. Any Custode unit can Heroic Intervene 3, and the characters can Heroic Intervene 6. So, for 1 CP. So that is definitely something to keep a tab on. Anywho, so it also appears that Votann did not... I'm not sure if this is pre-game move or not, because I'm not sure if anyone gains CP this instant. Just double check how much the two start on, because that is something we should know. Because I'm not sure if he pre-game moved to get the CP, because that would negate the pre-game CP tax, which is nice. 1, 2, 4. Votann appear to be starting on 2 CP, which is cool. And I believe our dear protagonist of the story, at least from my perspective, Jack is starting also on 2. So 2 CP.
Not biased at all there. Not biased at all there.
I must admit, like, I don't know if you find this funny or not, but it's weird to be commentating another Jack, because I feel like I'm talking in third person, and it's really disorientating. So,
yeah. I believe Jack Blanche should be starting actually at 1 CP, so he spent 5 pre-game.
Excellent.
So all good.
Glad someone's paying attention. All
Look,
right.
someone has to.
Yeah,
I've got to make up for some of your incompetence sometimes. No, you are very competent, and you're doing a great job.
I knew there was a reason we kept you around, Lemon.
It's definitely not for the good looks. I'll give you that. It's definitely not for that. But and yeah, so you see the cards set up right there. So with Custodes, for people who don't know, obviously you have each battle round per se. You have a Qatar, which is like a special stance or a special thing you unveil or use. So you determine those pre-game, and then Trajans throughout the whole game may have the chance to switch them around. So special ones might be like advance and doing that. Advance is counters remaining stationary when shooting. There is can't reroll hit rolls in melee. There is -2 to pilot and consolidate. So a bunch of little fun little tricks and karate stances, which the Emperor's Finest can pull off.
I was about to get very mad at you for not calling them karates, but you managed to stick the landing at the end. Because I don't think I've ever.
That's what matters most.
It's always just karate. But yeah, so they can add some really interesting dynamics to the matchup. One of the ones that I would definitely watch out for, because I've got it somewhere, is basically it gives the Custodes no escape, which is had in round 1. So you can only fall back on if you beat me on roll off. That can be a really fun way to keep those Votann Vikings and stuff to get to some combat, which could be disastrous and stuff. But I'm not sure what it'll take. Rendax also could be another way that he's trying to get through the land fortress. Rendax, for those that don't know, is 6 to hit, auto wound vehicles and monsters. So that could be a potential option. That's definitely a way to chip damage on that land fortress, if he does want to go for Auric Palace or weaken it up. But what I think we might do, as it seems that Votann are about to get moving, and I feel like we've given the audience about as much tactical insight as we can for the moment, I think we'll switch over to the players and see how they're talking up about the match. Any comments before we do that, Lemon? Any final closing remarks?
Other than just people, please use prediction points, put in predictions who you think will win, and feel free to comment in the chat. We'll definitely respond where we can. So I'll listen over to the players now.
Yep, sweet. Heaps better.
Old mate will just advance because he can up to here.
Well, I have a feeling it's not going to be a very eventful turn.
No. So these guys will raise a banner there.
Yep. You're all spexy, dude. Where's he hanging out?
So the bikes, the fort, they can all specs.
Yep.
For 2 CP. If it's near him, he reduces it by 1 CP.
Yep. And you got to, don't you have something that stops me for deep striking by 12?
These guys.
As long as I drop in 12. More than 12.
Yeah.
Which is handy when I got one-man units.
Yeah. These guys will just sort of sit back outside of range of them. They can be charged by them if you make an 11-inch charge. So.
Stranger things have happened.
Oh, for sure.
You seem really paranoid about me charging you.
Because I've seen it happen too many times.
What, me charging you or?
Well, you specifically. No. I've had people make the like crazy charges that I'm like, I just don't want this. Like,
Yeah, fair enough. I have a feeling you're not going to be shooting too much this turn.
Well, yeah, there's just no need. I feel like we're in a tricky bind because we've both taken no prisoners. I've taken lay claim, but you've taken mortalis. So if I don't move, you get a 0.
Yep.
But then if you don't move, there's no way I get any lay claim. So it's like, cool.
And I don't have as much shooting as you, but my shooting is very impactful.
Yeah.
Because you can't regrow these back, can you?
I cannot regrow these back. That's why I make sure to give them the inbound save. And all right.
See, I know your army. I'm working it out.
Yeah, right. You're doing it. Yeah, shooting. They're just going to shoot front rank of bikes.
Yep. Which ones? All of them?
All of them.
Right,
Should be within 24.
Just some might have that. That's
I
all.
ignore dents.
Oh, you do too. Sorry, dude. So he's the one on the end or the next one in? Because he wraps around with the 2 at the back. Whereas they're those 3.
I think that guy because I think he's closer.
Yeah, so 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get 1, 2.
If I need to push up a little bit or turn them sideways.
Yep. Well, that gets all 4 across the front. Do you want the 2 in the back in there as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might just have to do some little heebity-jeebity in. So do that little swing to keep him on the table.
Yeah.
Might just have to do some bit of wizardry here, but we'll make it work. So that's 24.
That's 24.
That's 24.
I think he goes there.
Yep.
And I probably get one guy there and then one guy has to go like that.
Yep.
Just in front.
Yep. Probably put him over there, further away if you want.
Yeah, probably will.
Makes them closer, but they're less scary than them.
Way less scary, so yeah, we'll do that. Appreciate.
All good, man. Like I said, I know what your intent is, so it's sweet.
For sure, man. All right, I'm just gonna shoot.
Yep.
I've got 4 rerolls to hit here, hitting on 2s. Are there any?
You hit on 2s normally, do you?
I hit on 3s, but the Forge Master has given them +1.
Hitting on 2s. And any 6s auto wounding, right?
Yeah, 6 is auto winning.
You don't have any rerolls to wound though?
They have no rerolls to win.
Righto. That's all cool, man. Not going to worry about 3 or 4 ones you're going to roll.
Yeah. T6 or 5?
T6.
So.
Yeah, they're T6, the guard are T5.
Perfect. First set, autocannons, strength 7, neg 1, 2 damage, rerolling the misses.
Yep. How many shots each? They got 4 each.
So 3 each. So it's 18 total.
Yep.
And then they'll have 2 rotary cannons, and each rotary is 9.
Yep.
I'm out of range of the shotguns because they're 12.
So range 8. Yep, go for it.
I'm just going to put that dice away because it has an unsavory word.
Yep. So drop 1, so it should be 17. And then 3s, right?
Yep.
So we're looking at about 12.
7 auto wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that throws it because of the auto wounds.
So that's the one that's a 1 for
Yep.
the symbol. So
15.
So 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 saves.
Yep.
Neg 1, 2 damage.
Yeah, this isn't real good. All right. So first 2, 3 up. Next 2, 3 up. These are going off that back corner guy, just so you know, too.
I ignore cover if it means anything.
Yeah, no, just so you know which models are going to die. So 1 goes through so far. They're 6s.
Oh, there's 6s.
Yep.
Cool. That's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Still got a pile.
Hey, you don't give a shit.
2 damage. Better be lucky than good, right?
Yep. 15 saves, you roll 1, 2.
Yep.
Rotary cannon,
Yep.
same thing, but I'm winning on 4s.
Reroll 1s might not have been a bad thing. That's all right.
Hit on 2s.
And 6s are still auto, right?
Yep.
So I think you got a 6 over there. Now fishing for 4s. These are 1 damage.
1 damage. Neg 2.
It's all right. I'll fail heaps of these to make
Yeah,
up for it. You're all sweet, bro.
6, 9, 10,
11.
11 saves.
All right. 1 damage a pop, you said.
Yeah.
So I'll do 2 on that back guy. Neg 2.
Neg 2.
So 4 up.
Oh,
And you said how many was it?
11.
11. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. Yep. 2 more again. Both good. 2 more again. Both good.
Open dice so hard right now.
2 more again. 1 damage. So 1. Another damage. So 1's down to 1. Dead. And 1 takes a wound. Killed a bike.
Killed a bike. That is something else.
No. Morale, thankfully, is not an issue when I'm leadership 11.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, right.
You know the funny thing, I'm going to shoot you back with 5 missiles and kill 5 bikes. You know
Yeah,
that,
right.
right?
Cool, man. That's it. That's your turn.
Um,
I haven't scored anything. You can't revive units.
no,
So we'll
no.
do no prisoners at
no,
the end.
no, yeah. Yeah. World out, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not that good.
Yeah.
So, start of my first turn, I'll reveal my Katars.
Yep.
So I'm going to go into Rendax, which is the one that targets vehicles and monsters.
Yep.
And I'll do Just Stance 1 this turn, so any 6s that hit a monster or vehicle, auto wounds.
Cool.
So, shock and horror what I'm shooting.
Oh.
I don't get a CP yet because I'm not on the marker still.
Yep.
All right. So, that's 24. Still pretty covered. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know. If I kill that, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll only get 10 points, but I'll wear it. Considering I didn't really have another good option, I was like,
Yeah.
eh. And if I come out, it means you have to kill me. And if you don't kill me, I run over you.
Yeah.
Because they don't fight real well in combat, do they?
No, not against your army. They have a lot of attacks. So if you have like 3 tokens and it's 4's auto wounding,
Yep.
it's really painful, but it's no AP.
Yeah.
So since your army's 2 up saves,
It's like, yeah, whatever. 2 up saves get a bit funny, don't they? Neat. Now, stab myself. It's always handy, isn't it? should be a 7. Yep. $22, 7 or an 8. Walk these guys up into the corner.
Yeah, man.
So I'll just stand them up here so we know where they are.
Oh, yeah.
I nearly forgot about that.
I know I did. I had such an intense turn 1.
Oh man, she was pretty hardcore. I don't know how you kept up with it. Easy still in 24 with the captain. Just got to keep him a bit honest. It's 21 either way, or a bit over 21 I think it is, so...
Yeah. Should be, I think, 22.
Yeah, so 22,
it'll
14...
be a 10 in charge.
It's a 7, isn't it?
So you move 14, 22, 8 in charge?
I don't need to roll 7 though to get within an inch, right?
Because I'm more than 20. I'm like
Oh,
20,
you're more
like
than
22.
22?
That was
righto.
the intention of it.
Might have to nudge that one back a smidgy then,
Oh, yeah.
because he's only 21 and like a bee's dick.
Oh, yeah, he's meant to be just, yeah.
Pull him back. That'll make it what we intended.
Yeah, cool. That one has to be there, so if he's closer, then that is what it is.
I don't know. I can't see that at all. It's not a real good angle. I don't know.
All right. Well, it seems them's the fighting words coming out of Jack's mouth. I do love I will note the tactical discussion from Ollie at the start of the round was great. The idea that if I sit back and do nothing, and you sit back and do nothing, we both have a 0 secondary, so I think it's fine. Is a really interesting way to do it. You see that a lot with, like, especially top tier players, but also even it's a great strategy for leveling up your own game. Is turning around at the start of the game and going, if no one does anything, both just sit there playing something, who's going to win? So I'm curious to see how that'll pay out in the end. I think, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm curious your opinion on it, Lemon, I think Jack's rush onto this board is basically going to decide the game. He said it himself, so I'm not going to proclaim that I'm some tactical genius, but that's going to be huge. He's basically throwing down the gauntlet to Votann, saying, if you can kill this, I'm in trouble. If not, I'm going to run all in. So it appears that a gauntlet has been thrown down. Also, in regards to the tech issues, we're not sure if it's a webcam. It shouldn't be a webcam because we tested it last night. One of the things about the player mic situation is it could be as Dragon said, it could be the player mics bleeding into each other, especially when they're leaning into each other. So we're not sure. I'll work to resolve that as best I can. I'm working on the mixing desk just to try and balance that out as best as possible to make the viewing experience as good as possible. But what do you reckon, Lemon? Like, again, I maintain this is a gauntlet that's being thrown, right? That
Absolutely. That is absolutely a gauntlet flowing. And it was an interesting turn 1, so Ollie obviously moved out a little bit, had the 6 bikes shoot into the resolving bikes, and look, said he got diced a little bit, like 4-ups be 4-ups, and sometimes 3-ups be 3-ups as well, right? He didn't push too much, but he's got some stuff reserved still, and now, look, Jack Blanche is definitely laying down the gauntlet, like asking, hey, Ollie, I have got auto hits on 6s with my salvo launchers, and will I win on 5s with the rest of the stuff, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be very, very interesting indeed, and I
think that's...
Look, I mean...
you keep going, look.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bit interesting. I don't know if it's a right play, but that might be inexperience as well from Jack. Looks like he's rolling some salvo launches right here. What was I say? because with the Hectorn Land Fortress, the first failed save can be blanked. So we'll see what happens. Look, it looks like he's rolled 2 wound rolls already, so it looks like he's got 2 salvo launches through.
Yes.
Do you maybe go back to the players and hear what they say, or if you have something more to say?
Yeah, let's cut back to them, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Neg 1 to hit.
They should be all right going down the side.
One guy should, but I think these two, these guys.
Hang on. I got the thing that fixes it.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's like I'm half prepared, my friend. If you want to grab that for me.
Yeah, of course.
And just tell me what you think.
Which is the unit?
So, these 3.
Those 3. So it's just. So one guy.
One
is
guy's.
-1,
Yep.
but those 2 are fine.
Sweet as, man. So, the 2 normal ones. 1 auto, 1 X,
Yep.
and no. And the other one, both auto.
Nice.
1 up, 1 down.
One goes through.
4 damage.
He's on 7.
Yep. And then the character,
Yep.
he's at neg 1. Hits. Wounds.
I'll CP that.
Yep. Another 5.
Cool. He's on 2.
So if you didn't 0 it, he would have died.
Yep.
And I've still got some more guns to shoot him with, so not as good, but we'll see. The unit of custodial guard.
Yep.
So the pistol guy can't shoot, and it'll just
Yep.
be 1 shot for the other guys each. So 2 shots with neg 1.
Yep.
So shooting at the tank, fishing for 3, 6 being auto.
Nice.
I'll use my 1 free reroll here. So auto.
Nice.
And strength 5. So 2 go through at AP 1.
Cool. I'm good.
Okay, because that was 2 damage.
Oh fuck. And that's all that shooting done?
Yeah, that's it
Yep.
for there, because they can't see anything because
Yeah,
they're in
yeah.
there. He's advanced, so it's just here, and that's your turn, bro.
That was way closer than I thought.
And even if you heal him, he's still only going to be, what, mid-bracket at best?
Yeah, I can spend a CP to up him another bracket, to top bracket, but like, I mean, he's not good. Like, it's not good.
So I punch 2 rockets into the bikes.
Yeah, man.
Reroll from Treyon. So 2 hit.
Yep.
Strength 8.
6, so 3s.
Both go through. AP 4.
First, we're going that guy. No, that one. So 5 up inbound.
Yep.
I'm good.
And
Second
second one be the same guy. So minimum 4 damage.
kills him.
The unit will shoot him. 6 shots because they're inside 12 inches.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s. They get 1 free reroll, so I'll use that now. Nope. Strength
5.
Strength 5. Yep, fishing for 5s. So 1 at no AP basically for 2 damage.
I fail it. Is there any other shooting coming their way?
That's it.
That's it. I'll just 2 wounds on the rotary.
Yep. Because yeah, I don't think I've got anything I can actually charge except that to that.
Yep.
That's about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, so I'll try and charge.
I'll spend a CP to Overwatch.
Yep. So you're down to 0?
I've got 1. Because I gained 1 in your turn. So I
Yes, you did.
started 1, went, because this is the only turn I've spent.
Yeah, you're all good, man. Gain 2, spend 2, so back to 1. Yep.
So I've got full rerolls here, and since I can't use a token, every 6 here is an auto wounds.
Yep, so
So I'll have
6 is the full.
15
6 is the full.
auto cannons, which I'll start with.
Yep.
Let's see if you can roll more 2s. So fishing for 6s.
Got a few of them.
So 7 at neg 1, 2 damage.
Yep. They're the auto cannons, yeah?
Yep.
So starting with the shield guy, he's a 1-up. We'll go to a 2-up.
Yep.
Good. Good. So 1. Good. Dead.
Yep.
And 2 left, which I'll put them on the spear guy in the middle.
Yep.
Not flat. Good. And takes 2. He's down to 1.
Rotary cannon. 8 saves at neg 2, 1 damage.
Alright, so the wounded guy, dead. 5 left. Wound. 3 left. Wound. So 2 left with 1 wound. Not flat. Not flat. Good. And last one. Good. It's up to 4. So he's down to 1 wound.
Shotguns.
Yep. I think you'll kill him. I was tempted to spend that CP to turn all your rerolls off, but I was like, but then I need to roll an 8.
Yeah. 2 at neg 1, 1 damage.
2 at neg 1.
Yep.
Dead. Yeah. Alright. That sucks.
Ooh. So, end of your turn, you don't score anything at this point?
You score something to kill the unit.
Yep. So I'll get
1 point for breaking body and soul. And that's it.
I'll get 12 primary.
Yep, because now you hold more than me.
3 banners.
We're both going to CP though. So you're down to 1.
I'm
No,
now up to
2. Same as me, yep.
Awesome. Alright.
It's alright though. I'm pretty happy with that with the land fortress being on 2 wounds, so
Yeah.
you got to divert a lot of resources to try and keep it alive now.
Full rerolls. So I'm going to go 1 CP, fight at top bracket.
Yep.
Full rerolls are going to go on those 5 bites.
Yep.
And the chapter master is going to give +1 to hit to these guys.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so let's have a chat about that. My goodness, if that wasn't an example of why you don't charge Votann with a judgment token, I don't know what. One of the really interesting parts about that as well that I do want to follow up on is where were the bikes getting a 5-up involved? Do you happen to know?
I imagine that must be a buff of sorts. There must be some Iron Champion buff or High Cull buff. I wasn't 100% sure either, but I'll double check for sure with you. Because obviously normally in Ymir they get a 5-up convert, but maybe there's some version of a buff that happens. But yeah.
Ymir is normally where I expect. Anyway, the Hecaton going down to 2 wounds is also huge, but I don't think that was the prioritization. Again, I think this might come down to a bit of inexperience in the matchup, and that's not on Jack. It's his first Votann game. I would have sent every single salvo launcher I could have into bikes.
Yes, agreed. I think, I agree. Also, sorry, I've just found out, so it's a Rampart crest. So what would be on the Iron Champion, which is the one on the objective behind the bikes? Rampart crest is while within 6 inches that League infantry or biker unit has a 5-up range invert against ranged attacks.
Very.
So there you go. That's where we would come from. So yeah, bloody hell, like Jack rolled well, bloody hell, taking that like Hecaton Land Fortress down to.
My God.
I was like, geez, that's a ballsy play because I didn't think the odds were in his favor. But look, when you roll 6s to hit, like you roll 6s to hit, right? Like bloody hell, we'll take those.
I'm gonna be real. Like the amount of maths I've done in my actual professional career, that shouldn't have worked as effectively as it did. But you know what? I respect the fact that he kind of flung his proverbial dick on the table, if I'm going to be a bit crass here, and made it work. Like, again, he raises a valid point. Now, what do you want to do with the land fortress? Because if those bikes survive, which, honestly, I'm scared about, if I'm being honest, that land fortress will give up the same for it next turn, and he can potentially get into combat with all this stuff in the interim. But this is going to be a bit of a make or break for Blanche over here, is whether or not he can actually weather the storm. Because unfortunately, that land fortress is still operating on top profile.
Yes, indeed, and it will heal also. Imagine also heal flat 4 wounds as well from the Baroque Forge Master. So They'll come in the movement phase, so he'll go up to 6 wounds. And look, obviously, Jack can go back into the 6 as a hit auto wound, and he will have +1 strength as the next version of the Carter. So maybe they'll go strength 8. Actually, doesn't make a difference, but 6 as a hit auto wound can happen. But now we'll see what the bikes can do. Look, it's going to be interesting for sure. Like the Pioneers, sorry. Let's see what the Pioneers do into whatever's left.
Let's also talk about another really pressing point on that. That was a 12 prime return because of that chart.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I don't agree with, like that was a ballsy move. I'm pretty confident that maybe the solution was just putting the Custode guard back here, holding that objective in cover and just saying, yeah, I'm gonna get shot next turn. At least that being said, there is no argument on this mission because it tends to be pretty easy to score primaries to some that only get shot. But we'll see. Like at the end of the day, if Custode be Custode, which is not a legitimate game plan for all of you budding Custode players that happen to be watching, don't rely on 4-ups. Like where you don't have to. Like sometimes you do, but this is either going to look like the greatest play in the world, or this is going to become a very lesson why you don't expose yourself. So we'll see. It's going to be a saga one way or another. I'm just curious to see the rates. Excellent. And yeah, thank you, Swalduck, for confirming the Carl Aura. Like, again, it's just that weird thing where you can near do it, so I was just a bit scared, but we're all good. Excellent. Alright. In other news, a fun matchup is occurring on the other tables. The South Australia ATC captain is going to New South Wales ATC captain.
Dun dun dun.
I know. And it's going to be a game, I'll give it that much. So I might try and get an update on that game at some point. But what we'll do is we'll switch back over to them before this Votann shooting phase, because I want to hear everything.
I have a feeling you don't really want to fight me.
Funny that, right?
Hey, funny. It's so crazy. Yeah. See, I almost thought about taking grind for a minute, and I was like, no, hang on, you're a shooting army. That's not a good idea.
I will just sit away.
Yeah, I'm not really a shooting army. I'm a combat army that has like a solid little batch of shooting.
Yeah. So intent here.
20 over 22 again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say 24 away.
Yep. Whatever gets you on the bare minimum.
Yep.
Yep. What? What? Which bit?
I need.
Which bit? The 14 out of 15 armor saves or blowing a hole in the land fortress? See how he like pumps me up and then now you're going to tear me down? It's so great.
It's going to be a quick game. So I think this will basically decide it. Because I'm going to put everything here, and if it doesn't work, I'm dead. But if it does,
I'm dead.
Yeah, right?
50-50, right? So far, the 50-50s have not gone your way.
They have not gone my way. But if I keep doing them...
It should go the other way, right?
Exactly. All right. They come on.
Oh, I'm so not looking forward to this. This is going to hurt.
Yeah. All right. Shooting time.
Yep.
Fort's putting everything into old mate.
The fortress.
Yep.
Yep. So does it take the neg one?
It does take the neg one, so we'll be hitting on 3s.
Oh, what a shame.
Right.
It doesn't have access to re-rolls at all?
What, sorry?
It doesn't have any sort of re-rolls or nothing?
No, I can give it re-rolls. I'm not giving it re-rolls.
Righto.
Because I feel like there are better things to give re-rolls.
That's all cool.
They've got the full re-rolls.
Yep.
All
so
right.
it's those dudes have got it, not them?
Yeah, not them.
Righto, cool.
Oh, no, sorry. The Carls over there. They've got the full re-rolls.
They have full re-rolls.
They've got full.
Nothing else has got re-rolls though at the moment?
Not at the moment. Magna Rail?
Oh, yeah.
Every game. Every game.
Look at the bright side. You're now going to blow a hole in me with the other guns. You don't need it.
Bolt cannons?
I'm backing you to kill another bike.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping for it.
I'm backing it. See this? Hiding in the forest, mate. It's tactic.
Tactic. And then 4s?
Yeah, T6.
4 at neg 2 damage.
Ooh.
Ignores
Spicy.
cover.
Spicy.
So 4 up.
Yeah, I'll start from that bike. Double 5. So 2 damage. Just takes the 2.
Yep. Autocannon. This will be winning on 3s.
Yep.
4 again. Neg 2 damage.
So 2 damage. Kills it.
He's done it.
I told you he'd kill a bike.
He's made his points back.
Right. We'll roll with that.
Those guys, they're going to shoot everything there.
Well, which one, sorry?
The bikes with the rerolls.
Yep. I shoot at the unit of 2, yep.
Yep. Autocannons, rerolling fails.
0 and 2s again, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're on 3s. And then 3s to wound. 9,
12.
12, neg 1, 2 damage.
So 2 damage. Dead. 2 damage. Good. 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 2 damage. 1 down to 1. Good. Good. Not flat. Good. Dead.
That's the unit gone?
Yep. Yeah, because I failed 5. Yep.
Nice.
So you get another point for that breaking body and soul thing.
Nice. These 3 bikes, they've got reroll 1s from the car.
The unit of 3.
Yeah. And they'll shoot these guys with everything.
And then what are they shooting on? 3s?
3s.
All right, I'll spend 1 CP to turn off rerolls to hit, wound and damage against that unit of bikes at the front.
Yep.
I don't get it back. I haven't got that yet in 3 games.
I haven't hit with the Magna Rail. But the Magna Rail hits on 2s, so typically you'd think...
You should hit a couple times
right?
a game, yeah.
Autocannon.
So no rerollies.
Six, neg 1, 2 damage.
Both good. 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 Good.
Nice. Rotary cannon. 1, neg 2.
Nope. How much? 1 damage, yeah?
Yeah. And then shotguns. 2 at neg 1, 1 damage.
Both good, 4-5. So that's the little unit of bikes done.
Yeah.
The big tank done, and this unit of 5 done, yeah?
Yep.
So you still got another big unit of bikes to go?
Yeah. I'm not doing the damage I wanted. I'm not doing the damage I wanted.
Oh, you've killed 3 bikes this turn. It's a third of my bikes. I just don't know what's going to happen if you don't kill any more.
These guys,
Yep.
I'm going to give them the reroll hits,
Yep.
and I'm going to have them shoot the back 3 bites.
What's their strength of their guns?
5.
All good.
So D6 shots.
So you're looking at 14 shots. 5, 5, 3 and 1.
Yep.
So you're shooting on what? 3s, reroll 1s?
Yeah. Sorry, I've got all rerolls here.
Oh, 3s are full. Yep.
I'm trying to think. Do I reroll? Do I fish for 6s or do I just reroll fails? Because I'm winning. I'm winning on 5s.
I'll see what you get with first. See how you go.
Yeah, okay.
It's up to you. If you roll pretty abysmal, it might not be a matter.
I've rolled pretty poorly. I think I'll reroll the fails.
Yeah, you're better to take what you got than what you're trying for, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you should have 7 fails and 7 hits. That's a bit better. So 3 auto, 2 miss. Fishing for 5s and 6s, you get 3 more. So 6 all
So
up.
6, neg 3, 3 damage.
Ooh, this is a bit better. So on the back bikes, you said?
Yep.
All right, we'll start with this back corner bike. 4 up, no good. 4 up, good. 4 up, good. 4 up, no good. So dead bike.
Yep.
The next bike in, good. So 1 bike down to 2. And 1 bike down.
These next 3 are going to do the same thing.
Yep. So another 11.
Yep.
They don't have rolls though, right?
They don't have rerolls.
This is pretty much all your guns after this, isn't it?
And then I've got the bike squad,
Oh, the bike's still to go, yeah.
and then the characters. Three. Same
3.
thing. Neg 3, 3 damage.
So on that wounded bloke, he's dead.
Dead.
Wound. So the other one slides over. This isn't going real well.
Um, God, fucking. I've got the 3 guys there that can see them. I completely forgot about them because I can't see them. So I'm gonna have these bikes, and I'm gonna go everything into those guys.
Yep, so you can't re-roll them.
Stream's just caught, so you can't stop rerolls and bikes. So I'm just going to get Ben, see how we sort this out. Just got streams.
I thought you could. No, you can't do the transhuman. You can do the...
I'm just going to go
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, no, because it says it's the... Yeah.
What's happened?
Oh, they've told me something, but I'm checking it. Apparently I can't just stop the rerolls on bikes. I thought it was only transhuman I can't do on the bikes.
Oh.
Yeah. It's all cool. If it's wrong, I'll just take them off, bro. It's not a problem. But the impression I had...
Okay, so just a quick technical hiccup here. Just a rules question we've got to resolve. Lemon, do you want to just cover for a bit while we run through that quickly?
Can you put it on commentary just for 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, sure. So it's just a little
Yeah,
thing. So like with the
it's-
custodes, obviously, where they initially came out, obviously you could do transhuman and turn off rerolls into bikes, but they got recent and when it got fact that bikes can't turn off rerolls anymore or do transhuman. So look, we'll take it back and see what your house was pointing out to us. So we've let a judge know and see what they can do and intervene, and see what we can do. So. Look, we'll see what happens. And like, obviously, these guys are obviously not unintentional mistake. It's just a stratagem. Look, it is what it is. So that's all right. We'll figure it out, and it'll get to come to the right conclusion in the end.
Sorry, just a quick rules dispute and whatnot. Nothing major, just a small oversight on some rules and the annoyance of having codexes and no FAQs. Basically, to fill everyone in the easiest possible way, the stratagem Jack used to turn off rerolls on the bikes can't actually target the bikes as far as the understanding is. So what we are doing right now is just going to TOs. They've made a ruling.
That was a 3.
Yep.
Just kill the bike. It's alright, you got the other guns to kill them.
Rotary and 4 shotguns are in range.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, just to fill everyone in on the circumstance, a stratagem was incorrectly used. Basically, both players were consulted by the TOs, and based on how the shooting phase turned out, it was a pretty rough shooting phase anyway, so Ollie was happy to basically let the stratagem play out. Did mention that it would just change one or two of the allocations of his rerolls. And that's fine. That was all amicably sorted by the players. So we're going to get back into the game. Sorry for the delay, inconvenience, whatever, but mistakes happen. That's fine. We play the game. What was on display, unfortunately, we had to mute the audio while TOs were around, is that both players amicably agreed, so it's all nice and chill. And anyway, back to your regularly scheduled Custodes Votann match.
Hitting on 3s.
So 1 auto wounds.
Then 5s.
Yep.
1 at neg 1.
How much damage?
1 damage.
Down to 1.
And then old mate will do the same.
No autos. Fishing for 5s.
Nothing.
I mean, nearly everything?
And then I've got the 3 guys in there.
Yep.
I'm going to put one. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to put 1 guy in there and then 2 guys into him. So the 1 guy, 3s rerolling 1s, wounding on 4s, so strength 6. So 1 auto wound.
1 auto and 1 normal.
So 2 at neg 2, 2 damage.
Dead.
Dead. And then the 6 into old mate.
Yep. Go for it.
Uh, 3 at neg 2, 2 damage.
Not flat. Good. Damage.
So
Dead?
kills this.
Yeah, he's dead, mate. I thought I had 3 left. That's all right. He's dead anyway. So all the bikes are gone now, bar the captain. So you get 3 points for breaking body and soul so far.
Old mate's going to charge these guys.
Yep.
Get a 7.
That should be, yeah. They're only like 6 away, mate.
Yeah, and I'm just going to stay outside of any heroic ranges.
Yep.
And then my turn, then my combat. Go there.
How good's he in combat?
So 4 attacks. Ignores all phase cap, all of that sort of stuff. Every 6 is D3 plus 3 mortals. Strength 10, hitting on 2s. He's neg 1 damage, -1 wound. I've got no rerolls, which is really bad, which I would have liked, so I'm just hoping here. But
I'm going to lose anyway. But if by some miracle I kill him,
yep.
I'll go there.
Who's better at combat here?
So they'll have 6 attacks at strength 7, AP 3 damage 2, 3 attacks at strength 6, AP 3 damage 2, 3 single attacks at strength 5, AP 2, 1 damage, I think they are.
Yeah.
That's the little misericordies, the double check. Can't remember if they're 2 or 1.
Yeah.
He will have 6 attacks at strength 7, AP 3 damage 2. You can't re-roll any saving throws against him.
Yeah. Okay.
And any 6s are immortal as well as anything else.
Okay, cool.
And I think I get, I don't get full re-rolls to wound because you're a bulk Votann dude. Yeah.
I'm just going to put everything into old mate.
Yeah, he doesn't have a field of pain or nothing, so it's just his 4-up invul.
Yeah.
He's T6 if it matters.
I'm strength 10. So let's just see what happens. So 3 wounds.
Yep.
So 3 hits, right? Wounding on 3s. I get reroll wounds here. So 3, neg 4, D3 plus 3 damage.
First one. No. D3 plus 3, you said?
Yeah. How many wounds has he got?
6, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I'll double check. Maybe 7. Seven.
Cool.
No, actually, sorry. He's an Alaris Terminator, he's 8.
Oh, cool.
So he can survive probably 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I'll wear that one.
Oh.
I'll CP that one.
Yep.
Nah.
Oh.
So that'll kill him no matter what, I think. Because, what'd you say?
No, it's D3 plus 3, so I'm...
Minimum 4 each. That's dead.
Yeah, cool. So he's just dead.
And then, yeah. So do I get that point back, though? No. Oh, he does.
So you're on 0 CP?
Yep. But
and then they
I
make their fights.
3 custodial guard to hit you, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes.
Neg 1 to wound. So it'll be 4s and 5s.
Is your toughness 6?
Toughness 6.
Yeah, so the guys with the spears will be 3s, go back to 4s.
Yep.
So the spear guys hitting on reroll 1s because of Treyarch.
Yep. Very nice.
So all hit.
Whoa,
If only you're a vehicle.
I mean, I basically am.
Yeah, and 3.
Never mind. I forgot about it. I forgot he does mortals on the charge, but I completely forgot about it, so don't worry about it.
Sure?
Yeah, man.
Alright. 2 go through. AP 3 damage 2, so they'll go back to AP 2.
Damage 2, so I'm -1 damage, so it's 1 damage to me.
Yep.
AP 2, so
Yep.
I've got a 4 up. I'm good.
And then the sword, 3 hit, 5s, 1. So it's the exact same. Good. And 3 of the Misericordias, 3 hit, strength 5. You said neg 1 to wound?
Yep.
So 6s, 1.
I'm good.
Also good.
Would you be able to roll the other guy? I'd love to see if he does damage.
No, I can do it if you want.
I'm curious of being like, did I pick correct?
Well, he's
or-
basically the same as them.
Yeah, okay. So it's probably about the same.
Yeah.
All right.
The difference is if I roll a couple of 6s, you take
I think
1 or 2 mortals.
That was what got me. It's like,
Yeah.
6s do mortals, I've got no protection.
That's
Like,
about it.
You'll just like base the guy.
Yep. Right.
All right.
Roll around to me, and this will be pretty quick now because it's all much done.
No prisoners. Later, I've killed 3 units.
Yep. You get 2 banner points, right? 3
got
banner
3
points.
banner
3.
So I killed 3 units.
Yep.
You'll get 8 primary.
Hold 1, hold 2. Yep. We'll both go up to 1 CP.
The fort gets healed up by old mate, so he goes up to 6.
Yep. Alright, I get 1 chance to kill that, which I don't think I will now because you can change 1 damage roll to 0, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I needed 3-4 bikes to kill it. Alright. So let's just get this done. just getting these sorted, and then I'll move the other stuff,
Yeah,
mate.
of course, man.
I think I can get there, wouldn't be more than 12 away.
Yep. Yeah, outside of all spec.
Alright, so in all fairness, Jack threw down a challenge to Votann, and Votann swiftly answered. We're looking at a situation now where, if I can pull up a list, yeah, that was a turn where realistically nearly 900 points of Jack's army just died to Votann shooting. Again, even through the supposed no rerolls, that's huge. Like, all of a sudden you're talking about, he's on the back foot, 12 prime already laid out, and the banners are scoring up. At this point, the only thing I can really see for Jack is looking for something like a full send. Just committing to trying to kill as much as humanly possible. But even then, everything being T6 is really annoying for Custodes in a weird way. So, weirdly enough, yeah, also the Iron Hair champion just taking out the Allurus guy is a massive thing. What are the... Oh yeah, the interesting thing with the interaction there is 6s do D3+3 mortal wounds. Empress Chosen normally have 4+ feel no pain against mortal wounds, but the Brokier champion ignores all feel no pains, damage caps, and phase caps. So he ignores the Empress Chosen 4-up, which is normally the way that you get around a rule like that. So that's a really unfortunate circumstance. At the end of the day, Jack probably would have lost my captain if he didn't use the Praetorian plate there, so it was basically his choice as to which one he goes, which is a real shame, but that is where we currently sit. So I'm curious to see what he does. Obviously, the other big thing is that land fortress up the back is probably not going to get touched for the rest of the game, as he said. If he doesn't kill it this turn, which he doesn't really have the option to, because one salvo launcher, even if it goes through, will just be reduced to 0. It'll heal back up to 10 and all of a sudden start getting out of range. It's one of the big issues with trying to take out a land force is that if you fail to do so in a single turn, it's borderline catastrophic. By no means am I poo-pooing strategy. As we discussed, I would have gone for the bikes. They are the big threat here. They are the bulk of damage out of Votann, bulk of the ability. But I'm curious to see what Jack manages to do on the track back to see if he can scrape back some points.
Reroll. Use my 1 free reroll here. Up and fishing for 5s again.
It's actually a really interesting point from Provo Custodes. I don't believe he had the CP to do so, is the important part, because he only just went up to 1 CP on this turn. So he might have used it on rerolls or something instead. I don't believe he turned rerolls and went to happen. But yeah, fight on death there would be really nice just to try and take out that Iron here. Because he will, if left uncontested, the Iron here, reference is just this little down here, will run around with the rest of the Custode army and acts as a really interesting place for him. So, I suppose we'll go back to players, because I think this turn will be rather short, but it's an important lesson against Votann. Land fortresses tend to be a trap to try and shoot, even if you've got secondary side to them. And yeah, I'm curious to see what the Custodes can do as a retort.
So scary. And is Trayon inside 12? Yes, he is. So Trayon will put his 2 shots into these guys as well, but I think I've got the neg 1.
Yeah.
He gets reroll 1s on himself because he's Trayon. So 2 hits, strength 6 for his gun. So 1 wound AP2, which you go back to AP1.
AP1, you say?
Yeah.
Like AP2. Cool.
2 back to 1.
Get them?
Yeah. Are they only a 4-up save?
Yeah, they're only 4 up. That, because, so you know how everyone got Armor of Contempt?
Yeah.
They're all 3-up saves and it was crazy? These guys are
They're
actually...
only 4-up
They're
saves.
only 4-up, but they have it. So they're built...
Yeah.
They're actually point accosted and built for Armor of Contempt.
Contempt.
Like, if people took it away from me, I would be, D.
Yeah. I don't really think I'm going to make a massive difference here, but I'll give it a red hot crack anyway.
Yeah, man.
So basically I'll try for some charges now. So The 3 guard.
Going for these guys or both, it's a 3-inch charge there and a whopping 5-inch charge there.
You got 1 CP still, so you can still Overwatch.
I can still Overwatch, or I can have a character fight to death. Hidden, hidden, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Let's do the less obvious option first.
Yep. 11-inch? Oh no, they should be, you shouldn't be able to charge them.
Alright, because I'm going to be
you
outside 12.
Come out, have to be 12 inches away.
Alright.
So that should be a not eligible charge.
Alright. Well, good thing I didn't wound your fortress then, because, yeah. So they can't charge shit. So, top one, 11.
11.
Nope. Bottom one. No, they stay there. Good job.
CP reroll.
Nah, you're funny.
But you did laugh there.
I did a little bit. You got me. All right. Fair play. All right. Let's go.
I should say, Antok's Fortress picks a unit within 3 and fights last them.
Only him
So he picks someone within 3.
of my guys.
No, of just, so in the fight phase.
Yep.
So if you're there, and even if he's not in combat, but you're within
Yeah.
3, you can make his
Fair
fight
play.
last.
So he's going to charge these guys.
Yep.
Go and Overwatch him.
No, I will not Overwatch. Gets
He's
it.
going to go 6. So I'm going to send him
Heroic is just that way.
over that way.
Perfect.
So can't be touched. And then they'll go for a dual charge
Yep.
on an 8.
He loves it. 8. Anywhere you want to go.
Probably just trying to touch the marker, yeah, because I've got double obsec effectively, so. And I've got to have one come within an inch of them to make it legal. So now I should have that marker.
Yep. I've got 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
you got-
4, 5, 6 guys on there.
I count as 6 at the moment.
Yeah, so we're even
Yep.
if I don't lose anyone to combat.
Yeah.
That is the trick of it, though.
Yeah.
Trajan, I assume, is charging.
Thinking about it. Yeah, no. Do the safe option. Charge you.
Yep,
Yep.
loves it.
Right. So you don't have any interrupts on 1 CP?
Nope.
I think I've only got 1 as well. Yep, only got 1. Cool. So let's just do the easy one first. We'll
Yep.
do the bike captain smashing into the dudes.
Yep.
I think he's 7. Six. Yep. 7 including the Misericordia. So 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s because the tip of the spear.
Yep.
Nope. He's strength 7 with +1 to wound.
So there'll be 2s.
So all of them go through. AP 3, 2 damage.
Cool. So I make that AP 1, 3 up save normally, so I got a 4 up.
Oh, do you neg 2, are you?
No, so so it's AP, AP 3, right? Sorry, goes to 2, so it's 5 up save. 6 of them or 5?
5.
3 wounds apiece. I make 2, so he kills 1, and
Yep.
puts another guy to.
And because I've killed a model, I get to attack again with another attack.
Yep.
Hits, wounds.
That
so,
doesn't keep going, does it?
No, they can't generate extra attacks.
Kills
So I'll
him.
kill another one. And then I've got the Misericordia, which is only 1 damage. 1 wound, so AP 2 down to AP 1.
Got a 5.
Yep, so sweet.
Yep.
Then the Custodial Guard. So
Yep.
they'll just put everything into the bikes.
Yeah.
So the spears,
Yep.
2s, we reroll 1s from the bike captain.
Yep.
Strength 7,
So T6.
3s. 4 of them at AP 3 damage 2.
4 from at AP.
So it'll go back to AP 2.
Yeah, cool. Sorry, 6s. I'll start there. I don't know why I'm rolling single. So he dies.
Yep, so I kill a bike. The sword. Orb hit, strength 6, so 4s. All of them, same again. So basically AP 2, 2 damage. Kills another one.
Another one.
And then I've got the 3 Misericordias to follow. Because you can pile in anyway.
Yeah, I can. That's cool.
3 misericordia attacks. All of them hit. Strength 5, so efficient for 5s. 1. So AP 1, so 1 damage.
So it's well your objective. And then Trajan.
Yeah. I think he's 7. Believe it or not, I haven't really ever got Trey under combat before.
Really?
He's either went in and got...
I know he's like strength 10, neg 3, 3 damage.
Yeah, he goes in and gets belted most of the time. 6 attacks.
6 attacks. What, strength 10?
Strength 10.
So he'll be winning me on 4s?
Yep. Neg 3, 3 damage.
Yep. So I'll be 4 up in bond anyway. So 2s rerolling 1s.
Yep. And then
4s.
4s. 5. Okay. 5, my friend. Does your neg 1 damage work here as well?
It does.
Yep.
Yeah. So I need to fail
3.
3. I fail 3.
Yep.
So 2 damage, so I will die.
Yep.
So I'll spend my CP to fight
Fight
on
on
death.
death.
Because I can do a lot into Trajan next turn, I'm going to hit those guys. And then 3 saves, neg 4 D3 plus 3 damage.
Righto. 3 saves, neg 3 you said?
Yeah, or neg 4.
Righto. Start with the spear bloke at the back corner. Good. Same guy again. Good. Same guy again. Good. 6, 6, 5.
Good to know that if I hit Trajan, it would have been the same result.
So he consolidates towards the nearest models, which would be these guys.
Yep.
No
I'll get to
real
the fight
need
here.
stick them out, I don't think. Yep. No, at least I found a way to rob you of hold more. Now
Yeah,
it's just
right.
hold 1, hold 2. And I've only killed 1 unit, right? Just this guy
Yeah,
here?
just him.
Yep.
5 saves, no AP.
On the
These guys.
guard,
I'm not
yep.
going to bother with them.
Alright, so I'll do it on the spear blade closest to you at the
Yep.
top corner. 1 damage. Just 1.
Alright. Morale for the bikes. I
Yep.
fail on a 6, and I get to re-roll this if I want. So I will re-roll that.
Wow.
Rotaries.
It's 1 and a 2, right? Because
Yeah.
you're under half.
Yeah.
Ouch. Mega ouch.
That's fun, man. That's fun. That's lovely. 6 into a 6. I would have loved that on like any other day.
But on the bright side, they're now out of combat.
I'm out of combat, so
Take the good with the bad, right?
right.
Do they don't have to worry about morale?
They've got leash of 8.
Oh, pfft. As you were.
Um,
So I just get 4 points for 1 enemy lines.
yep.
And I've killed 1 unit of yours. So I've got it as 29 to 23 at the moment.
Cool.
Not counting no prisoners.
Yeah. All right.
Either way. Which I think you've got me covered on no prisoners anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you got 9 bikes is 45, so.
Yeah. Right. Pretty good. Full rerolls will go on this guy. +1 to hit's going to go on this guy.
It's all right. That's what the dudes with the strength 8 axes are for. They're just going to run in and they're just going to go, yeah, straight into that land fortress. You watch it.
Now,
It's
is
going to
the
happen.
Captain Heroic 6?
3, but I can make it 6.
Yeah, cool. So there's like, it's very funny.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I move 5.
Yep,
So even if I fall back, you can just chase me.
pretty much. So we're up to round 3, right?
Yeah.
So you go up to 1, I go up to 2. You have hold 1, hold 2. Because you've got these 2.
Yeah. And I'll hold more. Because you aren't on any.
I've
You're on
got
1.
5 there and I'm there.
Oh, of course. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I'm 6 OBSEC models on there at the moment, so.
Yeah.
All right. So at the end of Jack's turn, he's making a push for it. Still pretty grim. He's only killed 1 Votann unit, but he did take that Iron here out that was going to be a major problem. Some really nice save spiking on that Custo Guard unit in the middle is probably just going to keep them alive and keep anything from going near there for lay claim. Banners wise, he took down a banner as well, which is quite nice because the Votann Ironforge guy is going to have to do that action again, and if he does, he may have to risk taking a heroic from those Custo Guard if they're still alive. Look, at the end of the day, it's still rough. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this game. Custodes are running real thin on models at this point, and the Votann are still relatively strong, especially that Land Fortress going back up to 10 wounds. This turn's going to basically keep that safe and probably lock down Auric. So, we shall see. Lemon, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, there was a good fight back on Jack. So obviously he went in, got some charges, and was able to kill a bunch of the bikes. And then look, who would have thought rerolling a 6 when the only one you failed rerolls back into a 6? There you go, 1 in 36 chance. Sometimes it happens, right? So it's pretty funny that happening, and losing a couple of bikes, but it pulled him around the combat, which is kind of nice. So he didn't have to fall back and shoot. I believe it's a CP stratagem for them or something like that. So, anyways, now he's going to use up obviously the Land Fortress. Just protect it, just keep it super safe while still being able to kill some things. And now Ollie's obviously in a primary position here. He's got so many bikes and so many units still be able to shoot and like murder stuff with. And now he just has to make sure he does it right. Make sure he picks up the things as they come along and go from there.
I believe the phrase is dot one's I's and cross one's T's. Because at the end of the day, Custodes have a notorious habit of, like, on any turn, they can survive and not shift at any given point for no reason. Honestly, I'm still recoiling from the fact that I completely forgot the Iron here champion ignores the 4-up Feel No Pain to mortals. That is rough in this matchup. The one unit that does mortal wounds, just all ignored because of his rules. So it's a bit rough there, but we'll see. We'll see how it holds out. I don't hold particularly much hope for Jack, but he's going to fight it to the end, and I will give him credit for that. All right, so what we'll do is we'll cross back over to the players as Ollie is moving and see how he's going to try and deliver that beautiful death nail to the Custodes.
Wasting his ability, but big sad, right?
Yeah.
Did that last game, took a D cannon shot to the face, and I'm like, yep, I'll turn that to 0 damage, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So I'll stay outside of 6 here. I've got these guys.
Yeah, I think you've still got enough bikes left to really give me a hard time.
These guys give me a lot more. So I'll get all the shotguns in. The point. I'll kill the fort up to 10.
Yep, so all that work I did's undone.
Yep.
See,
Fort's 18 away.
I was of 2 minds. I didn't know whether to try and shoot that first turn, or...
Yeah, I mean, I think you made, because if it look at 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Like it almost.
That's the thing, if I would have got the other unit in to shoot it, I probably would have got it.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was thinking was if I didn't, I was going to hide and just absolutely hammer this unit of 6 bikes here and wipe them out.
Yeah.
And then probably went for that turn 2. Because you wouldn't have been in a much position to shoot me anyway.
Yeah.
Might have been better probably, but It's all in good fun, right?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to start with the half guard. Shooting these guys with full rerolls.
Okay. So I will do it properly this time.
Yeah.
I will turn off all the rerolls because it's an infantry unit, yeah?
Very nice. Yeah.
So, do I get it back? Yes, I do. Finally.
Very nice.
So, free swing. So, spend 1 but gain 1. So, I'm back to 2. So, yeah, no rerolls to hit, wound or damage. And what's the strength of their guns?
5.
Transhumans are relevant, so we'll keep going.
So 6s here do mortals.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually going to put, not for that roll.
Oh,
So
your
they're
judgment token.
they're on a token and the card could have seen them, so I will put them up to 2 tokens.
Yeah, so they can go up to 2, yeah, total?
Yeah, he's at
Oh,
1.
try out.
I really should have been
That's all
properly
good.
marking it, but
That's all right. Oh, because they, oh, yeah, because Trajan gets 1 to kill on the dude,
Yeah.
and then they get 1 because they're on the thing.
yeah, and then the card could have seen him because he was tucked over there.
Yeah.
4 saves, no AP.
Into the guard.
Yep, and then 4 mortal wounds.
Okay, so the normal saves.
Yep.
2, 4, 2, 2. So they're all good.
And then 4 mortals.
So they're 4 pluses. So on the spear dude, 1 up, 1 down, dead, and then I'll move around to the next spear guy. He's good. So just kills that dude. Thank you, sir. Yep. And I'll chuck that over here.
Then the D6 blast.
See how the good thing about being 3-man units, blast weapons still have to roll. I take the small victories when I can, my friend.
So 3s, but 5s auto wound here.
Yes.
And this will be neg 1, wounding on 5s.
Yep.
Because you're T5, I assume.
T5, yep.
Yeah. 5 at neg 1.
Neg 1, you said?
Yeah.
So they're 1 damage?
Yeah, 1 damage.
Yep. I'll put them on the... Oh, hang on. I've already allocated to the spear guy, so
Yeah.
I've got to keep going. So... Neg 1.
Yep.
So 1. Good. 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 So just 1.
Nice.
Now on a 2. Thank you, sir.
Nice. Old mate champion. One, neg 1.
Yep.
So 1.
Yep. It's only 1 damage, yeah?
Yeah, it's only 1 damage. The car will go.
So 2 auto wounding.
So 2 at neg 1.
First one. Good. Second one. Good.
Nice.
So that's all the characters done, right?
I've still got this guy to go.
Yep.
Forge Master.
So you've still got the big unit of bikes, the little 2 units of bikes.
Yep. These guys.
Yep.
The land fort.
And the land fort. Yep.
Character will shoot.
Oh, and the 3 guys at the back,
Oh,
right?
yeah. So hitting on 2s here. 1 goes through. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. Neg 3. 3 damage.
That's on these guys.
On these guys.
So 4 up. No good. And the sword dude, he's good. Down to the sword, bro. Thank you.
Those bikes are going to shoot those guys because they're on the target.
Yep. Nah, it's alright. Keep going. I was thinking about it, but because you've got,
Yeah.
it's only really the auto cannons that are.
Yeah, everything else. Yeah.
Nah, keep going.
Seven, neg 1, 2 damage.
All right. Right, we'll go with the guy that hasn't got the plume. So 1 so far.
Yep.
So just 1. So 1 guy's down to 1.
Rotary. 7 at -2
For
one damage.
one damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Righto. So the plume dude, he's good. He's good. Dead. We'll do the guy in the green. 1 damage, dead. And then the last guy, he's good. So 1 dude left.
Shotguns. Three at -1, 1 damage.
He's down to 2. They do take a bit, don't they?
Yeah, damn. All right, let's go. I don't think the fort can see Trajan, and I didn't set that up,
Yep.
so that's all good. So I'm going to go. The fort. I'm just going to put so I'm out of charge range for there. It should be 18 back. Not from him. From
over here?
The Alaris.
We'll make sure.
17.
Yeah, so
So an 11-inch charge again. I'll live with it. So I'm just going to be safe.
when you got 10 wounds, you can live with it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'll make sure I'm going to put everything into that custode.
Yep. You just want to get rid of him?
Yeah. Magna Rail hitting on
Well, he is. Technically the term is right. I'm safe. Yeah.
the hits.
Here. Woo. It wounds.
Because he's strength 14.
Yep.
-4 ignores invulns.
How much damage is it going to do?
3, 4, 10 damage.
Yeah, I'll just take him off. How's that sound? And you get a point for breaking body and soul. Well deserved, Land Fortress.
These 3 guys are going to shoot him.
Yep.
So no rerolls, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s.
Yep, that's into the single dude. Yep.
5 at -2, 2 damage.
All right. So he's got a 1-up save, so it'd be 3 ups.
Yep. Yeah. Should be good. But
I've got a couple of CP left, so I'm going to spend 1.
yeah, nice man.
I can't get it back because I've already got it. So this is for one of them.
Yep.
Nah, dead, mate. He dies. Breaking body and soul point.
Yep. These Thunderkin then, I'm going to shoot Trajan.
Yep.
So I ignore dents because I've got
Yep.
spec up goggles. Your T5 on Trajan or is it T6?
T6, I believe. I'll check.
So 3s.
I think he's 6. No, he's 5.
So we're winning on 4s. Seven saves, -3, 3 damage.
So 4 ups.
Yep.
So 2 good so far, 3 good so far, 4 good
Oh,
so far,
man.
5, 6, 7. I stand by my mantra, better be lucky than good, right?
I feel like I'm in the office. I'm just like,
I'm using different dice every time too.
yeah, no, that's. And I need your dice. That was sick.
Yeah, but the problem is when you roll them, we go the other way.
Oh, of course. Well, I can't really see much else, so this one can shoot.
Yep.
So rotary. 1, -1, 2 damage.
Where do I drop that?
So that was autocannon.
Yeah, it's all right. -1, you said?
Yep.
So it'll go through 2 damage.
2
so
damage.
Feel no pain. Takes 1 wound.
Rotary cannon. Um, 4 at -2, 1 damage.
So 4 up, 4 up, 4 up, 4 up. Takes 2. And Feel no pain. Takes 2. Down to 5.
And then shotgun. 2 wounds, -1, 1 damage.
Both good.
I'm within 6. So these guys will shoot, re-rolling ones.
Yep. There's only 2 of them, right?
Yeah, it's only 2. So just 2 autocannons.
Be
3, neg 1, 2 damage.
all good.
Nice. Rotary. Oh, 3 at neg 2, 1 damage.
3 at neg 2, you said?
Yep.
And 1 damage.
Yep.
He's good.
Nice. And then the shotguns. 2 at neg 1, 1 damage.
Good.
Nice.
Charges.
That should be it. So just charges from old mate.
Yep. And then I get to heroic, right?
Yeah, you'll get to
6-inch heroic.
Is he obsec?
Yes.
He is obsec.
Pretty sure. All Custodes infantry models.
I don't know. No, characters don't get it in the data slate. That's it.
Oh.
Terminator's still got it.
Yeah, Terminator's good. I don't know if Trajan does or he doesn't. I thought it was all infantry.
He used to get it.
Yeah.
Until they data slated it.
Yeah, because that's what I thought they changed, yeah?
Yeah. So
Regardless, it counts as 2 models anyway, so if I do step on there, it'll be equal.
Oh, he's obsec.
Oh, he's obsec.
You can heroic those guys.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
Touch the bite.
Yeah, core infantry. You're all good. So he's not obsec. That's right.
I assume he's going to go in though.
Yeah, so I'll go 4 to there, and then 2, so I'll tag the back end. Yep.
Beautiful. Champion. Oh, mortals. So what's your toughness is 6?
Yes.
So I have to beat your toughness or get a 6, and I do D3 mortals. I don't. His attacks.
Yep.
8 attacks. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 4s. Neg 3, 1 damage, and ignores all feel no pain stuff. Neg 3, 1 damage.
3, neg 3, 1 damage. So these are all on him.
I'll also make Trajan fight last.
Yeah, it's cool. So neg 3, 1 damage each, you said?
Yeah.
So all 3 go through.
Cool.
I get no feel, no pain, right?
No feel, no pain.
So I'm down to 6.
Yep. He gets to activate first. You get.
Yep, so he will swing into the 2 dudes in front of him.
Yep.
So 6 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
All hit. Strength 7. I don't have the +1 to wound, so I didn't charge.
Yep.
So 4 of them. AP 3, 2 damage.
So kills 1 and puts a guy in 1.
Yep, and then I've got a Misericordia attack. Hits.
not
Doesn't wound.
He will fight Trajan. 2. No AP.
Good. And then it's just Trajan gets to fight, right?
He's dead. I'll get him. The big thing is I didn't want you to like pile into the bite and kill him.
Nah, because all I do is I just come around a little bit and then consolidate. He's technically closer, right?
Yeah, he's technically closer and
Yeah.
I base like that.
So I'll just go to there. Just to get myself in some spots. I get a point for killing a unit, so he gets another judgment token. He's at max now, right?
Yeah, oh no, he's on 2.
Which is... Ah, okay.
We're in combat there. So I've killed
2
1,
units
2.
of mine. Yep.
So I'll get 2 points for that.
Yep. Oh, you get 2 banner points? Because I took that off you at one
did?
point. So I got you as 41-24 without no prisoners counted.
Yeah. Right. You'll get 4 primary.
Yep, so I'm only on 1.
1 kill there.
We both. I don't get a CP though, because I'm not on a marker that's not in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so 41-28. Next cards are. So I'll make it so that you can't re-roll to hit me in combat.
Nice.
Actually, no, hang on. Yeah, just can't re-roll to hit me in combat.
Yeah, no.
Right, so movement.
Yep.
All right, moving into the end of turn 3 here with Jack. We're not seeing many Custodes left on the field. And honestly, the Auric Mortalis stream is dead at this point. Next turn, the Land Fortress is going to go up to 14 wounds, and it's basically going to be out of range of the entire army's combined work. He's running thin on the ground. I like that he's still continuing to pressure the objectives, but he's running out of resources, and Votann seem to have enough to get away with it. So at this point, I think he's just in scoring points mode. Sam, any comments on it?
No, like great sportsmanship by Jack here. Like obviously, look, the game's looking very out of reach, but look, you got to score points, and like obviously, we're here to play 40k and have a good time. Let's manage to score points and have some fun narratives and do what we can. So here we go. We got Trajan and the Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle jet bike, and the 3 trusty custodian or 3 shield dudes. Let's go punch some Votann in the face and do as much work as we can, right? And obviously, like score some behind enemy lines, score some no prisoners, and do as best as you can. Take down some banners and just inflict some damage to the enemy. So look,
Exactly.
gotta do what you can, have some fun, and just go from here. So, but look, yeah, look, that shooting volume is just that was the fight on death of the captain, and just the output is devastating to say the least.
So much output coming out of Votann in all the phases, and again, as we said earlier, the Iron Here champion is so critical to like having that one melee threat that can actually solve problems. I really like how Votann's playing. They're playing passively. Ollie's doing a really good job of keeping his bikes segmented away just to pick up unit after unit. What you're probably going to see next turn potentially is these bikes are probably going to start being a bit more proactive. They're probably going to make a run at least to try and pick up these guard. That would be the plan, and then the combined arms after these 5 little men on their merry way are done. He's just going to try and ship as much as possible. Obviously, once he runs out of bikes, he loses obsec as well, and does become a bit more of a pro. But yeah, it's just like being outside. Best thing he can actually do. Yeah.
Long day, Jack. Long day.
Yeah,
It's
I
setting
know.
in. So
Yeah, it's setting in.
for people who are unaware, Jack was up till I think 2 or 3 a.m. along with some other TOs setting up this stream and setting up terrain. So look, giving a hands up to the TOs out there. Like, they put in so much work, and it's really hard. Like, it's a lot of work to run an event. And shout out to them, and also big appreciation to Jack for setting up the stream and helping get us to watch this beautiful game of 40k.
Same goes to you. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident that if you weren't here keeping me company, most of the stream commentary would have been me snoring in my couch by now. So it's good. What we'll do is we'll switch over, just get the last of the turn, just see what Jack can finish off, and go from there.
Yeah, and as Chaz, like Killer 6 says, look at how this game is going to wrap up. That late game was a really good pick for Ollie. Yep. Like, sometimes with secondaries, you got to either win big or lose big, right? And sometimes, look, if you're going to win big, like, may as well pick the secondaries that are going to score you big, because obviously in this game, the more battle points you can score, the higher you'll rank up. So they're definitely looking like a very good pick there.
Yeah, so one of the interesting things about Lake Claim is it's such a feast or famine secondary, and obviously he's picked it for a reason in this matchup. He was confident that he could take out enough of the Custodes to take it, going first or second, because otherwise he wouldn't take it, and it seems to be paying off. So also having, like, the issue is if he had have lost the bikes, and this is another reason why
I think any Custodes players watching this should probably take this as a very good example just to kill the bikes where possible. Once he loses the bikes, it's going to be really hard to score those late claim points. But he's done a good job with the circumstances he's getting, securing what he can. So I'm very, very impressed with it. So we're going to cut over to Blanche now and see what he manages to wrap up this turn.
So the bike captain will go for this unit, I think. Has he got neg 1 damage or anything funky?
No, not.
How many wounds is across
He's
the
9
unit?
wounds total, and he's just split across a bunch of
Oh,
characters.
and if you lose the 3 little dudes...
I lose no morale. Like I'm.
Oh, but it gives me more attacks, because their model's dead.
Oh, their attacks are nothing. It's his hammer. That's
Oh, no, I'm saying, but if you take the 3 little fellas,
Yeah.
I get 3 more attacks.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah.
every model, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Look at me with the fucking IQ
Yeah,
100 play.
That's really sick.
Not really. So he's going to try and charge here
Yep.
with +1.
Loves it.
He's in. Because I can go straight through... Oh, hang on.
He multi. Oh,
No, I can't
no,
fit.
you can't. You can't fit.
So I can't do that. So
you
I'll
just
just
charge
jam
them?
him in there,
Yeah,
because
cool.
that's the only alternative. So
Yeah.
he'll just go there, but still touching that marker, obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He'll make him treasure and fight last.
Yep. They got a 3-inch heroic.
They do, and I'm not going to heroic.
Yeah. I wouldn't, not with me doing the on the charge. Fuck no. Fuck no, he says. Right. So, so let's do. You got 2 CP.
I got 2 CP.
So you
I didn't spend any last
you
turn.
can interrupt, but
I'm not going to interrupt. The bike's on a 2-up save.
mate, you never know. All right. Yeah, he's on 6 wounds left.
Yeah.
So let's do the unit first. I think they're going to do more damage. Actually, no, I think the bike captain will do the damage. So we'll activate the bike captain first. No, because I want to be able to consolidate and pile in and tag them.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't.
Because if you tag them, I'm not going to get my hero attacks because he's too far back.
Oh right.
But like, I'm not going to. I'll just fall back. Like I don't really need him.
Yeah, no. No, let's do this a bit more sensible, like. We'll do the captain first because then I can get 6 inches off them.
Yep.
And they could be closer, maybe.
Yeah.
If not, whatever. So 6 attacks off the bike captain, 2's reroll 1s.
Yep.
He gets reroll 1s naturally.
Yep.
So he hits with everyone. Strength
Nice.
7 with +1 to win.
Yep.
So I get 5. AP 3, 2 damage.
So I've got a 5 inbound from old mate.
Yep.
So on him. So 3 wounds. So he's on 1.
Yep.
He's dead.
And you got 2 on the last bro.
He's dead.
Yep.
Another point.
Yep, for Breaking Body and Soul. So I'm capped at that.
You can activate these guys to move him 6 inches.
Yeah, that'll be the plan. So he's just going to come down and fall 1.1 away.
Yep.
Because as long as I end up closer to you, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. You own it no matter what now.
Yep. Backup plan, my friend. You know what I totally forgot to do because I'm a total chump?
Oh, yep.
Forgot to roll them charges.
Roll those 11s, mate.
What a peanut. Happy for me to do that?
Yeah, man, of course. Let's go.
Nope.
He gets it. He wants it.
He wants it, he says. So I'll do that next.
Yeah,
unless
man.
you want to interrupt. Oh,
No,
no,
I'm
you're
not-
fighting before me anyway. I'm just going to do the 3-inch step around.
Yep.
Oh, nearly got on your marker. Nearly was that dirty. Actually, yeah, no, it doesn't matter because it's not going to matter. I'll just
Yeah.
go down here because I want to make it as hard as possible. So I'll do that guy because he's not going to do much.
Yep.
I think Alaris only has 4 attacks. Strength 8. Still going to need a
Winning
lot.
at 5s.
Yeah, I'm only doing 2 damage. Yep. 4 attacks, 2s. There's more 1 free reroll here.
Nice.
And strength 8, so
Fives.
fishing. 2 of them, AP 2, so down to AP 1.
Oh. You will drop something. So 2 of them.
Yep. AP 2 down to AP 1.
So 3 up.
I do a mighty 4 damage.
I will 0 one of them.
So 2 damage.
So it goes to 8.
And then can I Misericordia one more? Hits. No.
Over here,
Yep.
8 attacks, auto winning on 5s. Um, 5 at -3, 1 damage.
And no feel, no pain,
No
right?
feel, no pains here.
Brown gets a swing back.
Yep.
6 attacks. He gets to reroll to hit.
Nice.
Strength 10.
-1 to wounds.
So
4s.
4s. That's
5
4.
off 4.
AP 3, flat 3.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yep. Do I want to fight again? Because you're going to get to fight again. I think you'll kill me if I do it again.
Because my advice would be because he will fight last year and get to fight again.
Yeah.
So this is your only chance because I'll probably
Yeah.
kill him.
I'll do it. So, I've got a Misericordia still. Hits. Whatever.
Nah.
Right. I'll do it again. So at the end of the fight phase, because nothing else, right?
Oh, my 4.
Do
Whoa.
that first. We'll do it properly.
1. You're fine.
As we were.
As we were.
So activate his Mind Shackle to
Yep.
fight again. Reroll 1s. And 4s. 1.
Cocked or?
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Misericordia. Reroll. Hits. Whatever. But it's my squishy. That's all that matters. So, yeah. I'm going to get another 4 for behind enemy lines.
Yep. I'll get another 8 primary.
So turn 4, we both get a CP. So you're up to 3, I'm up to 1.
2 banners.
You get that, you get 2 banners. I think I've got a fair few points off your no prisoners too.
Yeah. I'm going to. So he killed a guy. He's killed 2 things.
Yeah,
So he's got 2 at the moment. And
yeah,
then
he does.
they're on an objective and the car can see him.
Yep.
So I'll bring them up to 2.
Yep,
I'm going to give full rerolls to these guys.
yep.
+1 to hit on the fort from Forge Master.
It's a shame I didn't do the other stance. It's pretty funny. Oh no, you're a vehicle, so it's all good. I can make it so that if you're not a vehicle or a monster, I can actually make us roll off, and you've got to beat me to
nice.
get away. But don't think it's really relevant here. It's just mopping up. I'm just trying to get what points I can before I die,
Yeah.
and I'm
I'm
trying
gonna-
to keep you away from this as much as I can.
Yeah. I'm going to fall back over here.
Yep. I mean, you're running out of guns too, which is helping me. I'm killing a few more guns.
I've got a few more guns.
I just don't think I'm going to get to that last champion. I think he's going to be a bit of a problem. One of them's wounded, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the normal ones, whatever.
So the main idea is I just want to see these guys.
Yep.
All right. Those bikes,
Yep.
I'm going to put everything into these guys.
Yep. Have they got any sort of rerolls on them at the moment?
Not at the moment.
No. Righto. Well, the only unit that can benefit. So I might transhuman them
Yep.
just to help reduce a bit. And do I
Yep.
get that point back? No, I don't. So I'm back down to 0.
All right, so 3s to hit, 5s auto wounds.
Just got to try and cut down a bit of that wound rate. And 4s now.
Yep. So 8 at neg 1, 2 damage.
Yep. And none of them are wounded, I don't think.
None of them are wounded.
Neg 1, so I'll start with the shield dude.
Yep.
So 2 up, 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 and 2 up. Sweet
Should
as.
have started with a rotary.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll just do the same thing but with 3s.
Yeah, right. And then rotary.
And then, if it matters, transhuman.
I hit on 4s anyway.
Yeah, it's alright.
Oh no, I win on 3s actually, so it doesn't matter. So 10 saves, neg 2.
But they're only 1 damage, right?
Yeah, 1 damage.
Alright.
And then
So 3 up, 3 up, 3 up. This is neg 2, right?
yeah,
Yep. 3 up, so down to 1. 3 up, 3 up, 3 up. So the shield dude's down to 1.
cool.
Just bounces them.
These guys, I'm going to put. You don't have any CP, right?
No, got nothing.
These
Used
guys-
used all the tricks.
Yeah. These guys are going to shoot them,
Yep.
and I will spend a CP for re-rolling hits here.
Yeah, because I can't stop that, so go for it.
So I'll re-roll fails here. So 3s. And 4s. So 7, neg 3, 3 damage.
That should kill him.
That should do it. I'm hoping for it.
7. So the shield dude first. It's good. It's good. He's dead.
Dead.
We'll do the spear bloke that's not on the marker. Good. Dead. And
Yep.
then 2 on the last bro. Dead. Told you you'd kill him. Nothing to stress about.
The Hearthguard
Yep.
shooting the champion.
Yep. We get a point for breaking body and soul.
So I will re-roll all fails here. So no, I'm going to fish for 6s on the Volkite,
Yep.
and then I'm going to fish for 5s on the Blast. T6, right?
Yes.
So 2 saves, no AP, and then 4 mortal wounds. Oh, 4 gets healed back up to 12.
Yep. So 2 saves, you said? No AP?
Yeah,
Both good?
fine, and then 4 mortal wounds.
Yep.
Takes 2.
So 2 up, 2 down to 4.
Last shots. Fishing for 5s. Six, neg 1,
1 damage.
1 damage.
So 5 are good.
Nice.
And feel no pain. Good.
Good.
So you've,
Land
shot,
Fortress.
so you've shot that, you shot the bikes. You've shot all these, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so land fortress.
I'm going to put the.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man.
We just haven't got no prisoners put into it.
Land Fort. I'm going to shoot Magna Rail
Yep.
and autocannon.
Yep.
And then his bolters are going to go into Old Mate,
Providing you're killing.
provided I kill him.
Yep.
So Magna Rail, hitting on 2s.
Yep.
He auto wounds, ignores invuln, so neg 4.
Yep.
You get a 6-up save.
Nah.
Does 2d3 plus 6 damage.
I think he's dead.
And then bolt cannon.
Because you're touching the building, right?
Yeah, he was touching the building. That's how I shot these guys before.
Yep, it's all good.
8 saves at -2 to damage.
Alright, so 4 up, 4 down. So it's 8 feel no pains.
Yep.
And he's got 4 left, so he's got to roll pretty spectacular here. Close. 5 go through. Kill him.
These bolt kit are going to shoot that Alaris Terminator. Going once.
I'll just interrupt quickly. I just got a score update. Just going into the turn. Obviously, Jack hasn't scored his turn 4 primary yet, but the current scores are up to date. It is 24 to Jack for battle ready and 41 to Oliver. One of the important things to note is Auric Mortalis is probably going to be a 0, whereas Lay Claim will score points almost certainly, probably 15. And no prisoners for Oliver looks better than Jack. So, in case it wasn't already obvious from about turn 2, this game is rapidly pacing into a game that is now over. It's just going to be about how many points can be scrapped and whether or not, Jack can pick up a couple of extra clan enemy alliance points and whatnot. So, what we'll do, we don't have long in the round as well, so I'm just going to give the players a bit of a 10-minute warning to polish up and see where we're at. But just so everyone knows, they're the current actual updated scores, and we will keep posted over the next couple of turns, hopefully with a final score coming pretty soon.
Ignores feel no pain.
Yep, so he's dead. Righto. Well, that makes my turn pretty easy.
Yep, I know my book.
I score 4 points in my turn, and it goes back to you.
What?
Yeah,
time?
that won't be an issue. We're done. I got 5 dudes.
So
my turn 4, I had to score 4 points, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's your turn 5.
So I'm going to go full rerolls on the Hearthguard.
Yep. Pretty much as can you get to that in 2 turns?
So this is turn 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to teleport these guys.
Yep.
I'm going to put all their shots into them. The bikes are going to advance up. Old mate will advance. They're going to raise a banner.
Yep. Because you'll get 3-inch move when I die. And then how far does he advance?
He advances at 11.
11
So
to
he-
9, yeah, heaps.
Old mate can advance in action, so he's going to move over here and raise a banner there.
Yep. So you get
So I'll get 2 this turn,
2 at the start of the turn,
and then I should get 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end.
another 4, yep.
Um,
You're going to get all your lay claim.
and I'm just going to have them shoot into the sisters.
You've only got to kill 1, you get max. I'm at 89 at the moment for no prisoners.
Do they get a 4 up feel no pain?
I think they get a 6 up maybe. I'll have
Yeah.
to check. Yeah, they might
So-
get a 6 up potentially, but it's neither here nor there.
3, 4, 5. We'll just roll this. So fishing for 6s for mortals.
Yep.
So 1 save,
Yep.
no AP, and then 9 mortal wounds.
Good. I'll check to see if they even have 1. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if not, they're dead. So, I don't think they do.
Just while you're doing that, I'll just
Yeah. Sort that out. Yep. I'm certain I don't, to be honest with you.
drives up, beast hit, gets healed.
It's got to have Aegis for the Emperor, which I don't think they have.
Do they not get the like Empress Chosen or? Oh, because that's like custody model.
Yeah, I think it actually specifies Shield Host is Adeptus Custodes,
Yes.
whereas
okay.
they're not. They're an Anathema Psychana.
Yeah.
So no, they're dead.
Right. Cool.
So you get a point for Breaking Body and Soul, and then you get another no prisoners points that'll cap you out.
15 lay claim.
Then you'll have hold 1, hold 2, hold more. So by my count, I've got you at 93,
That I haven't calculated, but that sounds about right.
because you'll lose 5 for no prisoners, and you'll lose 2 for banners. You only end up on 13 for banners.
Yeah. Okay. So
You get your max
5,
for no claim, you'll get your
and
max
15.
primary,
So 92,
93.
93.
And then I'm at 38, not counting your no prisoners, so I just got to work that out.
Yeah. And so let me calculate it. So you've killed.
15, so I killed 10 bikes.
So there's you've. Yeah, 10
This-
bites.
So it's
But there's so you killed a full 6-man. So that's because they're 10 by 3 lots. They're
Yep.
10. So that means 30 points
Yep.
from 9 plus an extra 3. So you're at 33 points.
33 for that, yep.
You've then killed 4 of those guys. So that's
Yep.
plus 12.
So that's 45.
You haven't killed any of them. Haven't killed them. And then you did lose 1 bite from that. So that's 348.
48.
I think it's just 48.
Looks right.
Just 4 points. So that'll put you at 42.
Yep, 93-42, bro. Good
Great
game,
game,
man.
mate. You had me shitting my pants when that was down to 2 wounds, and I just had to like back it up. And I mean, it's what was said, right? Is like I pushed out, and if I can do everything, I would get it. If I
Yeah.
didn't, if
Well,
I bounced-
that was the big risk that I thought about from the start. I could, like I said, I could have either moved all the bikes around here and just shot everything
Of course, man.
into this unit here,
Yeah.
and then that's this, and then basically because I'm covered for another turn, I might have to maybe wear 1 lot of land force unit and 1 unit of bikes.
Yeah.
And then I probably could have been in a position where I could have dropped some stuff in and then maybe pushed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just thought
I think your big push was
All right, Sam. Once more into the breach for a bit more analysis, and then we can call it a bit of a day, shall we? So, let us just. All right. So I finally got the final score count in. As the players said, scores are already finalized. We have a 45 primary for Votann with 15 on lay claim, which was a great secondary to pay off. No prisoners, he got 10. Lay claim 15, and then finally for banners was 13 at the end of the game. A really good showing out of those for a total of 93 with battle ready. And moving over to the Custodes, we have a final score of, drumroll please, no prisoners for 4, behind enemy lines for 8, and then 38 on the primary. So, hang on. No, that doesn't sound about right.
I think it was 42 overall. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's 42 points total overall for the Custodes. But yeah, tough game there for Jack. Obviously, look, when that turn he went out to the fortress and fully committed, he could have sent those extra 2 bikes. Obviously, high risk, high reward, and he almost got there, which was incredible. So if he got the fortress, that would have hurt a lot, obviously. Obviously, got the 10 on Auric Metalis there. And look, and then if Ollie's dice just been sweet maybe as well, or they made it a dice game, that's for sure. They absolutely made it a dice game. And as Jack was saying, sort of halfway during the game, what he probably should have done is shot and targeted the bikes first and pick them up as he goes along with those salvo blocks. Play that long game, and then eventually go into the Hackathon Land Fortress when he had the chance to. So, no, good play for both gentlemen. And obviously, unfortunately, there was a little mishap in the middle, but we got it resolved. Everyone's happy, and it didn't affect the final result at all. So
Indeed.
that's all you can ask for, right? Look, no game of Warhammer 40,000 is ever perfect. There's always going to be a dice miss, measurements a bit adjusted, but as long as people agree and they can have a good game, that's all you can ask for. So, no,
Right.
Thank you everyone for attending and watching the stream for today. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Look, apologies for some of the audio difficulties, but we're trying to work it all out, and that's just part of our growth. And
Living and learning. Very slowly
Absolutely,
getting better and better at it every single time. And more importantly, thank you for letting us know. Like, it is part of it for us. Is obviously on my end, on our end, we're not watching the stream, so we don't get to hear a lot of the stuff. Often the feedback doesn't come up. So please do let us know. We're trying to make it best for your viewing experience. So every single thing that you can tell us that helps you enjoy our streams is great. Just before we wrap up as well, I need to shout you out, Sam. Like, thank you for coming in today and dedicating your day to helping me stream the event. It's great. Really nice to have your commentary. Really nice to have the banter between us. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to call State of Origin 1-1.
Yeah, it's tied 1-1, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's a hand to following the Australia's Tabletop Wargaming Network. And for everyone who wants to continue the conversation, please join the Discord that's linked in the description there below. It's free to join. Anyone can join and chat. Obviously, post any hobby pictures or any gaming photos, and look out for another day of streaming. So